What's up with you guys? It is your boy West Coast, and we live in the building, man. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing, man? Say, man, we are here, man. This right here is proof that, man, that your boy West Coast and your boy Boss Cowboy, we definitely out there for the people because we giving y'all what y'all want, man. Boss Cowboy and West Coast Cowboy, man, we back. Compton and Long Beach back together. Now you know you in trouble. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So what's up with you, Boss Cowboy? How you doing, man?
Man, what's going on, Wes? Man, just another day, bro. You know we finna get it in. Let's get it, big dog. Compton
Shoot,
and
I
Long
heard that.
Beach. These
Shoot, I
boys don't
heard that.
understand that Compton and Long Beach, man. They ain't get it. They don't even know it's the formula, you know?
Yes, sir. Hey, the formula for major hits. You know what I'm saying?
Boy.
Major hits. You know what I'm
Hey, and I
saying?
gotta say, you Dr. Dre and I be the DLC. Let's get it, bro.
Hey, I heard that. So, yo, man, hey, you guys already know whenever West Coast goes live, there's two things you guys must do. First thing you must do is you must hit that share button. So I need every single person that is watching right now. I need every single person right now, no matter what you're doing right now. I need every single person to hit that share button. We only got a couple people up in here right now, but the only way we're gonna get this show cracking, because y'all already know we totally different content creators when we get about 200-300 folks up in here, you feel me? So that's what we're gonna do. Let's get the party started cracking right now. I need everybody right now to go to the bottom of their screen and hit that share button. It's the big old button that looks like an Eagles fan girlfriend nose, big old pointy at the top. You feel me? Hit that button right there. If you're on Facebook, it's at the bottom of the left. If you're at YouTube, it's in the bottom of the right, like to the right a little bit. You feel me? Either way, you know where it is. Hit that share button. You feel me? Now, if you're on Facebook, also on YouTube, there's this thing called Super Chats and Stars. What are Super Chats and Stars? Super Chats are simply a monetized way that you can show the creator. Who are the creators? Your boy West Coast and your boy Boss Cowboy, that you appreciate the content. Now, we turned them on. Now, it is y'all job to make sure you guys hit that button down there. Hit it on Facebook. It's called, like I said, on Facebook, it's called Stars. And on YouTube, it is called Super Chat. So either way, no matter where you hit it at, we will let you know that we greatly appreciate y'all, man, and we're gonna have ourselves a great show. As soon as it allows us to see the comments and the people who watching, I'll give a couple shout outs to some folks that's watching, some very special people that's watching. But I just want to let everybody know we appreciate y'all. Hey, boss man, you want to give a couple shout outs to some people you see in your comment
Yeah,
box?
man. I see people walking in my door, man. I see
Boss man.
Aaron, my boy Swain. I see Amari. I see Marcus, man. What's going on?
Okay. All right, and let me see on mine real quick. I got my boy Raymond Salas. I got a couple moderators. Moderators. What are moderators? Moderators are
Queen.
those moderators are those folks. Moderators are those folks. They got the wrenches by their name. Now, what is the wrenches? The wrenches is like this. This is what happens in life. Every now and then you get out of line. Your screws start getting loose. Well, we got these folks right here. They got wrenches. They gonna tighten your ass up. Know what that mean? They gonna put you on a 30-minute break. Or they gonna you're gonna block your ass all the way up out of here. You feel me? So don't y'all be getting West Coast, you blocked me. No, that wasn't me. That was one of the homies in the comment box. I told y'all they got that thing on them. If hey, listen, if they got that little wrench, they got that thing on them. So be careful what you be. Let me tell you, just be and hey, my moderators, they don't play that. You know what I'm saying? They trigger happy. They way less. They way less. Like I'll let you get away with a couple things, but my moderators, they ain't gonna let you get away with too much. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm gonna say is watch your mouth, and you'll be fine. Everybody be fine, okay? So shout out to the moderation nation. I got Auntie Charlene. I got little baby 38. He got his tucked. I see you. I see Chris Davis in the building. Also appreciate you. Eddie Russell, what's up with you, my boy? And Church Taylor, what's up, my boy? Number one, appreciate you. Facebook, I know I got a gang of y'all's over there watching, but for whatever reason, Facebook is taking forever to come up. I got like 165 people watching on Facebook. So as soon as it comes up, I promise you, as soon as it comes up, I promise you, I'm gonna give all you guys, all 165 of y'all, a shout out. I promise. You know what I'm saying? But yo, we gonna jump right into the content, man, because man, we was a couple minutes late. Why? Because man, we had to get in the zone. You feel me? I had to get in the zone. Boss had to get in the zone. You know what I'm saying? We had to make sure our buttons was putting up. We had to make sure our run the damn balls was good. So we gonna get right into it tonight. You know what I'm saying? Boss Cowboy, we gonna start off with the hot topics. And I think outside of the Dallas Cowboys slaughterhousing, completely just slaughterhousing the goddamn the team. Who we just finished playing this week? My mind literally just went blank right now. Um,
Minnesota.
Minnesota. After we just slaughterhoused the Minnesota Vikings. 40-3. I want to know real quick, were you surprised at how that game played out, or were you kind of expecting that?
Not to that degree,
Okay.
but it's hard to expect anything with the Dallas Cowboys, honestly, with Kellen Moore, because it really all depends on what identity of the offense that we come out to. If we come out to the right identity, then I do expect us to dominate teams mostly. So it's always a wait and see. It really is. So if we show up and we committed to the run, if we do the smart things on third down, like run north and south, nothing cute, right? Or QB sneak, second and short, third and short, fourth and short. At this point, since we've been doing that, we've been having 100% conversion rate on third and short. So it just really all depends on who show up. And then with that particular game plan, which Jerry Jones alluded to, that's a Mike McCarthy's game plan and what he called the winning formula. So that winning formula is basically, keeping the ball on the ground, resting your defense, because when you have a rested defense, they play literally at an elite level. So the style of win that we saw was more so because of these hats we got on. No cap.
Yeah, because I mean,
But cap.
with some. Because I mean, I caught a little bit of slack, and we're not gonna talk too much about the Minnesota game because we literally have a game tomorrow. But I did catch a little slack because a lot of people ask me, West Coast, do you think we stopped the run, versus the Minnesota Vikings? And I was like,
Nope.
nah,
No,
honestly,
we didn't.
no. Like y'all, I'm trying to. Y'all say I say I'm gonna be real with you too much, so I'm trying to cut down on how much I say that. But I'm gonna be real with y'all. At 6.5 yards per
We
carry,
didn't.
nah, bruh. You didn't stop the run. You ain't stopped the run, fam. I'm gonna tell you what did stop the run game. And then
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, the cool thing
Facts.
about it is I made a video 2 days before this game, and I literally said in order for the Dallas Cowboys to stop the run versus the Minnesota Vikings, Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard, and Kellen Moore are all gonna have to play on defense. And the approach that the Dallas Cowboys took as far as running the damn ball, limiting the time of possession, like they only had the ball for the Minnesota Vikings only had the ball for 22 minutes and 22 minutes 26 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like there's not much that you can do with a quarter and a half of football. Ain't too many points you can score in that amount of football. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, the what they did in this game, which I'm not gonna say it was on an accident because if they can do it again, then I'll say it's the identity of the Dallas Cowboys. But right now, what they did accidentally versus the Minnesota Vikings, if they can do that on purpose going forward, that should be the identity of the Dallas Cowboys. You know what
They
I'm saying?
did do it on purpose, though.
I hope
They
so,
did.
man.
Let me
I
let me
hope
tell you
so.
why I think so, man. Because that's also why I said that Green Bay game was a good loss, because it really highlighted the ineptness of Kellen Moore. The pass happiness was on Front Street because we lost that game and was up by 14 points in the fourth. So that kind of sent everybody with a clear bullseye on who was the cause of that loss. And that was obviously being too pass happy. And that gave, in my opinion, strength to Mike McCarthy's case on this identity, which then forced Kellen Moore to have to come out against Minnesota with his full game plan.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I can, like I said, man, I am just like, I've seen the Cowboys do this so many times, bro, where they literally run the damn ball, and I be thinking, oh my God, they listen to my shows, they watching my shows, Boss Cowboy. And then the next week they are right back, and Dak has 47 attempts. I'm like, what the heck are we doing? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and so I won't be a 16-year-old girl getting her heart broke. You know what I'm saying? Because the senior doesn't want to talk to me anymore.
Real quick, Wes. I want to take this super chat. My boy
Go ahead.
Keystone say with a $10. Appreciate the 10 bones, big bro. He said, I wonder if we studied the Detroit film on Barkley because they're gonna run it heavy due to their banged up O line. Facts.
You talking
Facts.
about
I
this?
agree with that. Yeah, he talking about the New York game, and we go get into the New York game, big dog. We go talk about that. I want the West Coast to kind of keep with what he got going because he got a good list banged up for us to talk about. But we go talk about that Keystone. I'm gonna remember your super chat when we start talking about New York.
Hey
What was you
Jose,
saying, big dog?
Hey Jose Lopez, appreciate you for your 530 stars. Let me give you a little glory hole. And Keystone, hey Keystone, this is some glory hole for you.
I want me some glory hole.
And then, yo, this is some glory hole from my boy Jose.
I want me some glory hole.
There you go. Both y'all got a little glory hole from Jerry. And hey, shout out to all the haters. Hey, if you a hater, hey, listen to me. If you do not like the Dallas Cowboys and you are watching our show, I want you to put I in the comment box right now. I got a special and don't be afraid either. Don't you be afraid. You rep your set. If you are a non-Dallas Cowboy fan, I want you to put I in the comment box right now because I got a special one for you. Here you go right here.
Well, what I'm saying is deep down, you're a fraud. You're a real Cowboy fan.
That's just for you. You feel me? Deep down inside, you a fraud. You a real Dallas Cowboy fan if you're watching. You feel me? But yo, let's hey, we can finish. We can kind of drop step. We can kind of Euro step into this next game with the Giants because that's actually a good segue. That's actually a great segue because, you know, I said the best thing about the Minnesota Vikings game is that you won it and that energy is can carry over. Why? Because in 3 days you got to play another game. So that's why I think it was uber duper important for the Dallas Cowboys to get that win versus the Minnesota Vikings because, like I said, and literally in 3 days that energy is going to carry over. So just talking about these, this Minnesota Vikings game, we can actually go ahead and talk about that now. Let's go ahead and move this up real quick. We can talk about that about this Giants game right now. What are your thoughts going into tomorrow, man? What are your thoughts going into tomorrow's game?
I mean, it's honestly set up for us to dominate. They very banged up on the offensive line extremely, and we got after Daniel Jones last time with them actually being healthy. So, and they having issues at receiver. They having they too banged up honestly for even us. If we even play down to their level, we should beat them by 10 points. Just to be all the way honest, it's just too much talent with the Dallas Cowboys versus the New York Giants. Obviously, I still respect the division because our division is always competitive. Our division is always gritty. So I'm not sleeping on them. But at the same time, I believe Jimmy Johnson was right that you win with Jimmys and Joes over X's and O's, and we definitely got the Jimmys and Joes this game. So I don't have no kind of fear except us playing too down to their level, to be honest. But in terms of should we win, we should walk away with this one and just continue a good holiday. Real talk.
Yeah, I mean, this game right here, man, is kind of like, in my opinion, it's kind of like it's like a reality check. You know what I'm saying? Because, it's easy to get all up and get pumped up when you about to go beat up on this kid that's like 5 foot, blase, blase. You know what I'm saying? And it's also, sometimes when you have to get yourself, get all riled up to go fight a bigger opponent, you can kind of bring that underdog out of you. But what happens when you have to fight a guy that you always fight, that you always play, and that for the most part you always play pretty well against? Sometimes, for whatever reason, the Dallas Cowboys beat those teams by 2-3 points. And if you look at this team, the Dallas Cowboys, and you look at the New York Giants, don't even look at the records. This is a team that the Dallas Cowboys should be able to have their way with. You should be able to put some points up on this team.
Should walk with this team.
You should walk away from the only thing that's that gives you the hesitation is the record, 7-3. You still got to respect it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you look at the teams, you look at how they're winning, you look at the Dallas Cowboys winning. You should judge yourself on how you win this game. You know what I'm saying? Because if this is a team where you literally in the fourth quarter, we're still out there hoping Dak has to pull it through, then you got to look at your team as like, how are we handling these wins? How are we handling victories? Because you guys got to remember, in order to win a Super Bowl, you're going to have to go on at least a 3-game winning streak. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you got to think like this. Every time you play in the playoffs, the team that you're going to play next week gets what? Better. So you literally got to play your best game 3 times in a row. So my question now, honestly, this game is really on the coaching staff. Keep it 100, Boss Cowboy. I'm going to just all the way 1,000 with you. This is really, for me, a coaching staff game. Can my coaching staff, can Mike McCarthy, can Kellen Moore, can they replicate what they just did? Because I get it. You were mad. You were mad at the world. They
right.
You know what I'm saying?
You was mad. You was angry. Yeah,
No,
we
no,
let
no.
down Mike McCarthy
We
versus
let-
Green Bay. We gotta, y'all get y'all stuff together. If you don't care about this team, then you need to quit. Yeah,
Get the
y'all
hell
was
out.
mad.
Get the
But what
hell
you
out.
gonna do when you not mad? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah,
Like it's easy to
I
get
want
all
to add
up.
a little bit to that too, just real
Go
quick,
ahead.
as you continue, because I'm not gonna cut you off. I just want to add a little bit because you're going off. I love it. Um, also, I think it's a test of the leadership of this team. You know what I'm saying? With the coaches, it's like, can the leaders on this team keep these guys also motivated as well? You know what I mean? So just to add a little bit, but go ahead, bro. You was going off.
No, like yeah, no. I mean, that's a great point. Like, can you guys replicate that feeling of like? Because I'm gonna tell you, this is what I noticed about the Dallas Cowboys, and this is and I ain't gonna say what scares me, but this is just West Coast, just being an open person. You know what I'm saying?
Just be open, bro.
Just be
Let it
open.
out.
Just let it out. You know what
Let
I'm
it
saying?
out.
Let it out. The Dallas Cowboys play their best football when they are counted out.
Facts.
Me, me,
True.
me as a Cowboy fan, I'm always trying to find ways to replicate that.
Right.
That's why I'm the guy that's on the internet saying, you know what, man, if we win the division, that's cool. But if we don't win the division and we gotta actually go on the
That's
road and be the
cool.
underdog,
That's
hey,
cool.
guys, I'm probably better than that with that. And I'm gonna keep it real with you, boss. You remember I started that last year.
It
I
makes
wanted to go on
sense.
the, I wanted to go on
You
the road
wanna
last year.
it makes sense for us to play where we play best. It just makes sense. Now, some people go misunderstand what you're saying. West Coast don't like losing, but when you can look at the big picture and you look at where we play our best, sometimes people got to realize that certain losses are not bad losses, especially when you're looking at the Dallas Cowboys over a season. You know what I mean? So now you're absolutely right.
Yeah, because I mean, and it's like it's just I feel like sometimes and I'm gonna tell y'all this too, like the Cowboy fans that I didn't been to the last three playoff game. Well, I've been to the last three home playoff games, and Cowboy fans, I just feel we support our team better on the road. I just said it. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
like I just feel like we support our team. Shout out to my boy Bubba with the 500 stars. Let me give you a little glory,
I want me some glory hole.
I just feel like we support our team better on the road. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're just more involved in the game. We're more rowdy. I feel like when we're at home, like even in that San Francisco 49er game, bro, like there was Cowboy fans I feel that were just oh my God, it's the Cowboys and the Niners. Come give us hugs. Let's take pictures. Let's make it feel like it was what? What are you talking about, bro? This is our food. We should be trying to eat these dudes. You feel me? Like I feel like I was there at the game, bro, and I'm just being real and open as a real and open Cowboy fan. Like, bro, like I feel like Cowboy fans really just like I've
See,
been to
one thing I want to come back to is I agree with you that it's a character game. Like
yeah,
for
like you
those of
feel
us who
me?
love what we did against Minnesota, Wes is basically saying we gotta see something like that again. Maybe
Facts.
not 30-point difference, but we want to see the fight, the intensity, the execution, the lack of penalties, the discipline, the play calling, because it all came together.
But
You know what I
boss, can I
mean?
can I say something, boss? What I really want to see is the bully on the playground pick on the little kids. That's what I want
Right.
to see.
Yeah, we want you to beat up the guy you're
Like,
supposed to beat up.
thank you, bro. Like the team. Listen
You're
to me.
supposed to beat them up.
Thank
Really,
you,
we supposed to beat this team, like
man.
beat them
Thank
up.
you. Like this.
And then it's another thing. We supposed to
Good.
beat Green Bay.
Fact.
That's where you write on, which Dallas Cowboy team is gonna show up, right? Because the way we beat Minnesota was the way we supposed to have beat Green Bay.
Facts.
So
Facts.
so it's I definitely understand. Some people might not understand, but I understand the wait and see that you saying. Like I want to make sure that the lessons that you seem to learned that you actually learned. And
Mm.
one game is not enough. It's just not
Mm-hmm.
enough, especially with a playoff mentality. Like you saying, like if we trying to have a playoff mentality, getting ready to go into December, now it's time to see if we got the lessons that we should have learned over the first half of the season.
Exactly. Because think about this. part of the reason why we don't think that the Eagles are legit is because we look at them falter and struggle versus teams like Detroit.
Facts.
So it's like I
Colts.
can't and Lord, right hand to the Lord, I am a certified Dallas Cowboy fan. Like I have Dallas Cowboy draws on right now. Okay. So when I say positive stuff about the Eagles, you guys can't get mad at me. Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
real quick, boss. Let me take. I mean, real quick.
Go
Go ahead
ahead.
and take this super chat. Keep pushing. Need to see mental focus, Coach Mar. Appreciate the 5 bones, Coach.
Facts.
Facts. Yeah.
But it's like, you know, when I see the Eagles falter and have issues with the Detroit Lions and things like that, and then lose to the teams that they lose to, it makes me doubt what they do as an organization and team, right? So then I can't use that same what is it called? Abacus. What is that? What's some old school math things? I can't use that same abacus or that same mathematical equation on the Dallas Cowboys and come up with a different science. Like I still, because I'm gonna tell you, this is what I believe. I believe in this, that bad teams are the teams that are screaming any given Sunday we can win, because good teams are saying if we play our best game, we
go
will win.
beat you. Right.
We will beat you. Period.
Yeah.
Because and like this is how I see it. Like a good team will struggle when they play good teams, but when they play bad teams, they dominate.
Right.
And the problem that I have with the Dallas Cowboys is it's always, if it's a bad team, like every team almost has a shot with you. Like you got to think like this, Roy. If you're a heavyweight fighter, you might struggle with the heavyweights, but everybody under your weight should get knocked the hell out, bruh.
Yeah, but I say it like this, man. I gotta go back to this. I think, not even think. I know that all of our losses is based on us abandoning what we do best and what we should be doing all the time, and that's running the damn ball. Literally every loss, Tampa, Philly won, and Green Bay, was when we lost track of our identity and Kelly Moore got too pass happy. It happened all the games. And matter of fact, Cooper Rush should have been undefeated, because the reason we got behind them is because he was throwing on first down. And that's where that interception came. He also threw it on 4th and 1 versus running it on 4th and 1 right off the tackle, where we was also winning with Zeke on the ground, averaging 5.2 per as an average, So it's every time we abandon our identity, we lose. So it's almost like, I don't blame the talent on this team. I blame the way that the talent was used. Because whenever we use them right, we either get a W or we dominate.
Hey, I'll give you a more impressive stat. Go look at every game that we've played this year where we've thrown the ball over 30 times and see the results. We have 3 games this year where we've thrown the ball 30 times or plus, and we've lost all 3 of them. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's not a coincidence, family. Like, that's not a coincidence. Like, that's not a coincidence.
It's not.
Like, that's not a coincidence. And you got to think like this. You had, and think about, and God is so good. Let me tell you this. Let me drop something real quick. God is so good. Listen to this.
I'm so glad that I serve a God.
God is so good. Think about this, y'all. You have, in those 3 games, you have Dak Prescott that played and Cooper Rush played. They both lost. Then you have a game where Cooper Rush played by himself. He lost.
Right.
Then you have a game where Dak Prescott played by himself. He lost.
Right.
It don't matter who the Dallas Cowboy quarterback is. When we are in excessive pass mode,
we lose.
When we are in excessive pass mode, it is not beneficial for the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm going to tell you this right here. Before y'all even try to go throw my quarterback, it's because Dak Prescott's not a real quarterback. He's just not an accurate quarterback. He's just, no, listen to me. This whole entire team is not built that way. You feel me? Think about this. You're currently ranked 32nd. Everybody put 32. Put 32 in the comment box right now. 32. I wish I could put 33. But guess what? There's only 32 teams in the NFL. So everybody put 32. The Dallas Cowboys win rate, pass blocking, 32nd. My question is this. Can you get worse? No. Unfortunately, you can't get worse. Why? Because there's only 32 teams in the NFL. So my question is this. We should not be supporting anything. And think about this. if your 30-second versus pass
Hold on,
win
you didn't
rate,
finish that, bro. Hold on, you didn't finish that. You said we shouldn't be supporting anything. You got to finish that statement, dog.
I know, but I was trying to make the sentence long so I could drop
Okay, okay, okay. Go ahead, man. My
the
bad. Go
sign.
ahead, bro.
We should not be we should not be supporting anything that requires your team to throw the football more.
Right.
And by way of that, I'm gonna say this right here.
Don't.
If
Yes,
you
do it.
if you are a supporter of the Dallas Cowboys bringing in OBJ, I'm gonna tell you this right now. You are for sure a Dallas Cowboy. You want to know why? A Dallas Cowboy fan. You want to know why? Because you love your team and you just want them to improve. But you definitely are not supporting the Dallas Cowboys winning a Super Bowl in 2022. Nope. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. You want to know two things that could kill the Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl? I'm going to tell you this right now. Two things right now that could kill the Dallas Cowboys' chances of winning a Super Bowl. Two things. Let me tell you one. The first thing, one, COVID. The Lord just shut everything down. He just shut everything down. And we got to do it next year. Because that happened before.
Watch out with that C word.
Yeah, watch out with that C word, right? And then the second thing, I'm gonna tell you what the next C word is, Odell Beckham Jr. And I'm gonna tell you how extreme it is. People are like, oh my God, West Coast, how could you say something so extreme? How could you say that he could be the single reason? You wanna know why? Because the single reason for your success right now is running the damn ball. So why would you want to do anything that puts you in a position where your 30-second pass block team has to do that more? They can't be, remember guys, they can't be 33rd. They're already 32nd without being required to throw the ball more. That makes, listen to me fellas, that makes no sense. And I'm thinking about this, Boss Cowboy. We've only had 3 games this season where we've thrown the ball over 30 times, right? So think about this. Unfortunately, family, even when we throw the ball like 24, 25 times, we're not good. We're not good at protecting it. So it really means that we should not be doing anything that is going to happen. And I'm going to tell you this right here about your offensive line. Your offensive line is about to change again.
Yeah.
It's about to change again. You want to know why? Because Tyron Smith is coming back. Listen to me. If adding OBJ, Tyron Smith, switching Tyler Smith back to guard, and think about this: by adding OBJ, you're also going to be moving. CeeDee Lamb. You got 5 people in your offense right now that are going to be playing in different positions, bruh. That makes absolutely no sense. And then think about this: 3 of the guys you're going to do it regardless. It doesn't make sense, y'all. It doesn't make sense. I know the Cowboy Nation and Jerry Jones is screaming for him and things, but you got to remember, Jerry Jones is the same grown-ass man who was thinking about Dez Bryant in the shower. And where is Dez Bryant at right now? I ain't never heard another. Listen to me. If you thinking about me in the shower, we either gonna fight or you had better be my wife on my mama. Other than that, you better keep that crap to yourself. You had better not be telling people that.
Hey, man, I think I know exactly where the dilemma is coming in, bro. I think I know exactly where the dilemma is coming in. I want to say one thing first before we kind of, and if it's okay, Wes, I want us to
shout out,
camp
I'm
out.
sorry. Hey, shout out to Coach Marv, $5 super chat. I'm trying to get better with that. Thank
Yeah.
you, Coach Marv. Go ahead, boss.
I want to explain one thing that's super important that I want everybody to understand. West Coast and Boss Cowboy is saying this because we believe this, because we know we going against the crowd. That's number one. Okay, I want y'all to really understand that we know that the crowd itself is excited for the potential of OBJ. That's number one. Number two, I see where the dilemmas are coming from. Number one, this is what people not understanding, and I'm gonna do my best to explain it. The number one thing that they thinking is they think, why would West Coast and Boss not be for getting better talent wise? Okay, that's the number one thing that they not computing. Number two, what they thinking is, well, if y'all so afraid of Kellen Moore, why can't Mike McCarthy just take over? Those are the two things that's causing people not to really gel and understand where we coming from. So let me try to address the first thing real quick. Why would we not be for limit? Why would we not be for getting better? So this is the deal. I do believe that Odell Beckham, if healthy, is better than Noah Brown. So
Facts.
I'm gonna start off with that. I'm gonna also say that I believe he's cold, but I also know this, which is more important. We already the number one team in scoring since Dak came back. Okay, so what we got right now is working. Number two, what we have right now is not putting no real temptation on Kellen Moore. If you get Odell Beckham, that's temptation for Kellen Moore to return to what loses. Number one. Number two, you also have temptation for Jerry Jones to push for it because he like box office. So if you concerned with winning and you want to win, yes, I do understand that Odell Beckham is a better talent, but I also think that he is too much of a temptation that could be implemented at the wrong time because there's a lot of risk that can happen with Odell Beckham, including a couple of wins versus weaker teams throwing the ball, which then gives Kellen Moore cover to take that dumb strategy into the playoffs.
Facts.
So if you looking long term and looking at the risk of Odell Beckham, not just the talent of Odell Beckham, you should understand where we're coming from. Now, number two is people that think that Mike should just take over. First of all, Mike don't run that offense. Mike McCarthy, a lot of people don't get that, but I'm explaining it. Mike don't run that offense. So let me ask you a question. What was Mike doing all last year with Kellen Moore? Begging for Amari Cooper to get his targets. Did he get it?
Nope.
He was begging for us to run the ball. Did we do it?
Nope.
Okay, so then let me ask y'all a question. After we lost to Tampa, Mike McCarthy came out and said that he never was a fan of option routes. Did we stop running it?
Nope.
Okay, so then Mike McCarthy also came out and said that after we won against the Rams, that we have the winning formula, which is getting behind Zeke and Pollard. Did we stick to that winning formula? No, because guess what? At the same time he was calling sticking to the run identity as the winning formula, Kellen Moore at the same time was saying it's going to be games that we have to pass, not situations, games. So meaning he was saying there are going to be future games I'm going to draw up a way to win that's outside of the identity that Mike McCarthy said is the winning identity.
Yeah, and
So
you know what that also means too? You know what that also means? That means that he's also circling games that he wants to throw the ball, and he's not based on whether if it's predicated on if the defense is
right,
it's like
exactly. He's
you should
circling
only
games that he want to throw the ball on.
he's running an offense that's based on him and not based off of what the defense
Right.
is actually bad or good at.
Facts,
Because it's
bro.
like when you're going into games where teams are ranked top 10 and top 12, and like the Green Bay Packer game, the Green Bay Packer was ranked 11th again versus the pass. There's no reason the Dallas Cowboys
Right.
should have
Why would
felt
we?
confident about going in there and throwing the ball 47 times, especially in inclement weather. Like that makes absolutely no sense.
And
So it's
then they
like
was
that's
also ranked 26 on stopping the run.
exactly, and that's why I've always said about Kellen Moore. I've always said that he's a selfish offensive coordinator. He's
He's
selfish,
very.
and the reason why he's selfish is because he builds a game plan based off of what's easier for him, and it's not built around
The
it's not
team.
built around the two things that it should be built around. Like it needs to be built around your
The
talent on your
defense.
team, or it needs to be built around what you're about to face. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
like
Oof. Well
like those
said.
are the two things that you have to the two things that you got to build the scheme around. Like you want to build in a perfect world, you want to build your scheme around the team that you have to beat. But you know what that means? That means your scheme changes a little each week. But that's okay. That's why you have guys called practice squad players who can pretend to be the opposing team. That's what they do, Kellen Moore. So you
Right.
don't have to do the exact same thing. You know what I'm saying? And you got to see like this, since games are recorded, you know what I'm saying? That also gives you the avenue to do what? Build your scheme to beat that defense. So it is absolutely asinine for you to go in a game or for you to be watching film. If you're going to do what you want to do, then I tell you this, stop using Thursday as film day and use that day to tackle better. Because I'm going to just tell you this right now. If you already know you're going to throw the ball 70 freaking times? Why
Yeah,
the
don't
hell we
waste
need
my
to?
time on
Why?
film.
Why we got
Right.
exactly? Why we got to waste
Yeah,
our
don't
time
waste
on
my
that?
time on no film.
Don't waste my time on no film, bro. If you're not even going to use the film, bro, go use that time for something that's way more conducive, like tackling, because they can show help. The tackling can help. Hey, tackling help everybody, bro.
And let me say something too, Wes, because see, this is the thing I think people got to understand, man. Um, my boy Kelly Moore is also being covered by them Joneses. See, you gotta be able to read between the lines and see. I'm very good at that. So this is the deal, bro. When we lost to Tampa, Steven came out and said this. Yeah, we came out and wanted to run the ball, but the game situation dictated that we had to kind of abandon it. No, it didn't. It was nothing about that game. They didn't get ahead of us. They didn't go crazy on us. They didn't never have. It never was a game situation versus Tampa to where we had to throw it. It never was the case. And so Steven did that covering for Kellen after he abandoned the identity that they all agreed to. So then what happened after the loss versus Green Bay? Jerry come out that Tuesday and you know what he says? We came in with an intention to be balanced, but the game situation dictated that we went away from that. Now, if you had a problem at the end or where we maybe should have ran it versus throw it, maybe I can see your point. No, Jerry. See, the Cowboy fans, we know better than that. We also know that game never got away from us where we had to throw the ball 46 times. So the fact that, see, people got to look at the political dynamic of Kelly Moore too. That's why I called him Pookie the crackhead in terms of addicted to passing. He's addicted to passing and he's isolated. That's a scary environment to where you sending Pookie to the crack house who's an ex-crack addict, but you giving him crack and saying behave. Like, no, bro. It's like, yes, in a normal world, West Coast and boss would be like, listen, get Odell Beckham, even though we might not really need him. It's better to need him and not have him than to have him and not need him.
Wait, time out. Can I time out before you put my name on that? Hold up.
Well, I'll put my name on it.
I have a little bit of reservation because, Michael Gallup, like, listen to me, y'all. Boss Cowboy once told me that a man who has caught his house is caught on fire will always buy fire insurance.
Facts.
Because
they experienced
the loss. They've
right.
experienced the loss.
They go always buy it.
Okay. Now, if I am a guy who bought Michael Gallup, I'm experiencing a loss right now. Why? Because Michael Gallup is not Michael Gallup. Yes, he's going to be Michael Gallup one day. And yes, every single day, I feel like I'm getting a little bit closer to having Michael Gallup, right? But for me, I can't sign Odell Beckham, bro. And like, listen, do you see what I'm going through right now with Michael Gallup? And Michael Gallup is younger. Like, I don't give a damn if y'all think Michael Gallup ain't as good as Odell. I don't think he's as good as Odell either. But one thing I do know for sure, Michael Gallup is younger. And younger people tend to get bounced back better than everybody else. And unfortunately, listen to me, Odell's history, if it was a Vegas, like minus or plus, bro, he's at least -8 games, bro. Like since 2016, he has one season where he's played plus 14 games. So it almost sounds like, to keep it real, you can't believe him when he says he's gonna play next year, because that hasn't mathematically happened. You know what I'm saying? He's not even averaging that over his career. You know what I'm saying? So you can't even think about if you're gonna have him next year. The only thing you're thinking about is right now. So it's like, is Odell Beckham, first off, is it worth the risk of coming in here and then him turning one time and not being Odell Beckham? You know what I'm saying? Is that worth it? Then secondly, on top of that, last time I checked, him and CeeDee Lamb damn near played the same position. So am I really about to move CeeDee Lamb, who looks like, because think about this, what if CeeDee Lamb just continues to be CeeDee Lamb, the guy that had 150 yards last week? You probably not even asking for Odell Beckham. And it's funny, after CeeDee Lamb had that 150 yards, the Odell Beckham chance kind of went down just a little bit. Yes, people still talking about Odell, but I don't see people burning crosses and stuff in people's yards no more over Odell Beckham Jr. no more. You know what I'm saying?
Real quick, Coach Mars said, "Thank you, West Coast, with the $2 super chat."
Yeah, you appreciate you, my boy. Appreciate you, OG. You know what I'm saying? So I think Odell Beckham, in my opinion, is kind of like it's a pacifier almost. It's a pacifier because you guys don't really believe in what's going on right now and what's going on. And when it comes down to it, a lot of y'all don't believe in running the damn football. Like, we believe in it when you're screaming at the TV and you see Kellen Moore keep on throwing these dumb plays.
But you don't
when that-
believe in it,
yeah,
right?
but
You
when
don't believe that it's
you don't
enough.
really
You don't.
believe in it. Yeah,
You
you don't
don't.
really.
Yeah, you don't. See, even though running the ball worked with a backup quarterback,
Yeah, but they don't really believe on. They really
but
don't
they
believe
still
in it.
don't believe in it. Even though running the ball and keeping to that. See, that what we basically saying, keeping to our identity is more important than one asset.
Facts.
And
Facts.
we don't want to risk going away from that identity.
Yeah, because think about this. What is the real reason? Because, like, even if you just attack the reasons why people say they want Odell Beckham, they be like, okay, I'd be like, all right, so let's just be real, bro. Why do you want Odell Beckham? Tell me a reason why you want Odell Beckham. Because he's gonna open up the field. He's gonna be a deep ball threat. I'm like, okay, well, is 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 Michael Gallup right now a deep ball threat?
Yes.
Is he a deep ball threat?
Yes.
He is a deep ball threat, but with his injury, is he a deep ball threat? No.
Okay.
He's not no deep ball threat. They're not
You
even
don't think
looking.
because right? Because did they actually throw him a vertical ball yet? Actually,
No,
so basically, after his injury, no. Gotcha. Go ahead.
no, he's not. Like, because you also got to remember, fellas and fellettes, those my ladies. We always want to judge players on who they are on November 23rd, 2022 at what time? 7:03 p.m. We don't want to get in the habit of judging people on who they were in 2016. We always want to judge somebody on who they are at 11 on November 23rd, 2022, 7:03 p.m. That's who you want to judge that person, who they are right now. Because you got to remember, when you sign this person, when you give them money, you're going to be giving them money based on who they are right now. So it's like, even though I believe that Noah Brown doesn't have the ability to do the things that Odell Beckham can do, I don't know how long it's going to take for Odell Beckham to be the guy that I'm expecting him to be, because Michael Gallup isn't even the guy that I expect him to be. So that's why, for me, to keep it real with you, because of Michael Gallup, I'm really out on Odell Beckham. Like, I'm really out on him.
Yeah, and I would
Because
be
I don't
I
see
would
the
be
upside.
in terms of I see the upside if he's healthy. So, and that's what nobody knows. So we'll know that soon enough. But I keep seeing comments and a lot of people saying this. What if we get an injury at receiver?
So what? So what?
My
Like,
answer
next
to that
question.
would be depends on who gets injured. That's number one. Number two, let's say if it's a significant injury, then you go get Odell Beckham. But
Bruh.
let me just tell y'all something. That when you gotta go to that, you don't really have none, because that's a risk for everybody, bro.
Facts.
You know
And
what
I'm
I'm
gonna tell
saying?
you this.
Because what if that get injured? Like,
Right.
what if, right? What if Michael Parsons get injured? Like, when you gotta go to that, so it's like, listen, all of us know that our chances depend on health first. We all know that. So this is not what we talking about. What we talking about is, and this is what I don't think a lot of people getting. Kellen Moore is isolated with total keys to the whole offense. That risk is bigger than injury, y'all. Especially if he even start having success in the passing game.
My question is, how are you guys fixing your mouth to or fixing your fingers to type in on a actual computer screen that you want to use an injured player as insurance in case you get injured? If that is not the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. How in the heck are we sitting up here, Cowboy Nation, and literally telling ourselves that if something happens if someone who has been in training camp all season with you gets hurt, that's been a Dallas Cowboy for 5 years, you should replace him with a 30-year-old dude who's coming off the same injury twice. How do we like
with
that's
no team, with no team, with no team rehab.
with
See, that's the
no
key
team?
part. See, that's the key part. No team rehab. See, when you get Michael Gallup, and when they signed Michael Gallup, he was already with Brent day one. Day one. All the way up until he played. He was with that full medical staff. He was with all the trainers. He was with all the people that was going to restore him back to health. Odell
Like, that's
Beckham is
just-
going to the, hold on real quick, West Coast. Odell Beckham is going to the Ronnie Braxtons of this world.
But he probably
Think about-
but he probably
No,
gonna
he
be
paying
healthy.
money, and I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with the side trainers, but we all know the side trainers don't have the facilities that the Dallas Cowboys or the Rams or somebody else that would have picked them up has. So we really on some wait and see in terms of his health, because he gonna have to. Can you please talk about what he got to be cleared by the NFL first, West Coast? We talked about that over the phone. Can you really explain that?
Well, I mean, since Odell Beckham, anytime anyone has a major injury, you got to take that injury like any foreign object or anything. You got to take it and you got to present yourself for the NFL, and they have to clear you. So Odell Beckham has to get cleared by the NFL. Then after being cleared, then he can start doing workouts, and he can do workouts and trials and things like that. But he can't actually sign an actual NFL contract until he actually get that clearance. And as we can see, man, like there is no there. If I'm looking at this situation from an owner standpoint, Odell Beckham is not coming off like a player that wants to play football for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm just being real with you, because first off, if you wanted to play for the Dallas Cowboys, we just came off of a bye, right? And you got to see it like this. If you wanted to play for the Dallas Cowboys, you're a free agent. Why does the team need to ask for you? All you got to do is call Jerry and say, hey, man, I'm ready to do this. Why hasn't Odell Beckham done this? Like, think about this. Odell Beckham could literally be like this. Hey, I'm going to sign with the Dallas Cowboys, barring a physical. Barring like we've done that before. We did that with freaking what's the boy? Gerald McCoy. Gerald McCoy signed. He couldn't sign his deal until he passed the physical. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I'm going to tell you something else I feel about Odell Beckham. I also believe that, I've always believed this. Whenever a girl tells me that everybody wants him, you know what that means? Everybody don't want you.
Hey, real quick. Hey, Wes, real quick, bro. I got to say this, bro, because a lot of people get you messed up and they get me messed up. Because this is what I've been hearing also in the chat for about 3 days. I've been hearing Boss don't like to admit when he wrong. West don't like to admit when he wrong. Sometimes y'all got to watch us long enough to know us. Just to be all the way honest. This whole run the damn ball hat, West Coast, can you give them the background of what I said to you when you first came to me with this?
Oh, I mean, you was more down with the balance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was saying that I wanted us to be adaptable. And West Coast told me, he said, hey, bro, I want to do a show with you. I sent you some hats. You want to rock that hat? I said, nah, bro, I'm not going to rock that hat because I don't believe in it. That's exactly what I said. And West was cool. He said, hey, don't rock it. You know what I mean? But then after I really did more and more research, after I especially looked at the current makeup of this team, man, I'm Mr. Run the Damn Ball Part 2. You understand?
Facts.
So if Boss never admitted when he wrong, why did I do a full about face on this whole concept of run the damn ball? See, this is the thing when you're dealing with Boss and when you're dealing with West. You just can't come with no weak ass argument. That's what you can't do. See, what you got to do when you're dealing with Boss and West, because if we really believe we see something, we go fight the whole world. Because see, I want to let y'all know something about Run the Damn Ball campaign. It's popular now. Oh, it's in fashion now. Oh, it's super cool right now. But I remember a day when my partner was fighting by himself the whole damn world on this concept. Do y'all understand that? So I really want y'all to understand that when you dealing with us, especially when we really giving you a conviction case on why we really believe this is bad for the Cowboys, we know we risking subs doing this. We know some of y'all ain't gonna even like us because of what we saying, but you gotta know us that we trying to present you the best information that we really truly believe is best for the Dallas Cowboys. And if you really understand the makeup of this team, and if you really understand the politics of Kelly Moore versus Mike McCarthy, then you also see the danger of Odell Beckham with a crack addict. Straight up.
Facts. And more importantly, man, it's like this. Do you really believe in running the damn ball? Like when you be screaming at your
Right.
TV, like let's just be
Nah.
real. When
Right.
we was losing to the Green Bay Packers, I mean not losing, when we stopped running the ball up 14 against the Green Bay Packers and we start throwing and you was looking at your TV and you was screaming, why you just run the damn ball? Why did you stop screaming that when the game was over? See, that's the problem. Like some of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Some of y'all, when you're in the middle of the storm, you complain about everything that's going on in the storm, but when you get up out of there, you don't want to go back and look at the storm so you can make changes to make sure it don't happen to you again. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
See,
That's the key.
the difference between myself is this. I was at that Cowboys 49ers game and I never let it go. See, some of you guys let that 49ers game go.
I
That
ain't
means
let it
the
go.
one that we lost in.
Yeah.
Y'all let that
I ain't
game
let it
go.
go.
Two things that we didn't do in that game is we didn't run the ball well and we gave up 169 yards in the run game. So guess what? You know what I did? I made more run the damn ball hats.
Yep.
And then I made this new hat that said stop the damn run. It has a big old stop sign on the front of it. Those were the two hats I've been pushing this year. And guess what? Even when the Dallas Cowboys were winning, I was still sitting right here. I remember the Cowboys won a game. We gave up 127 yards in a run game and we won the game. And everybody was on here talking about West Coast. Why you so negative? Why you so negative? A joy to win. I'm like, bro, how can you enjoy a win when you give up 131 yards in a run game? Well, guess what? 3 weeks later, we gave up 240. 2 weeks, that very next week, we gave up 200 to the Green Bay Packers and lost.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not, listen to me. I know we want to enjoy the regular season. I want to enjoy the regular season. I love the regular season, but it's not about the regular season, fam. It's not about that.
It's
Not
not.
about that.
Not if you trying to win a championship.
Listen to
Not
me. I was told by my boy. He said the regular season is the 16 opportunities to create the best team to go into the tournament.
facts.
That's what the regular
That's
season
what
is
the regular
created for.
season is. Right.
It's 16 you get 16
16
opportunities
opportunities.
to
17
create. Well, this is when he told me it was 16. You get 16 opportunities to create the best team because you
for the
got to think.
tournament.
Because think
Yep.
about this: in the draft, before the draft starts, free agency, you're gonna make your team. Then the drafts come, you're gonna add some more people to your team. Then guess what? Training camp's gonna come, and then you're gonna cut some people on your team. Then you're gonna play week one. After week one, you should look at your team, evaluate yourself. You know what? I don't like that dude. I like this dude. Let me bring this dude in here. Guess what? You're supposed to do that 17 weeks. Remember,
Right.
Stephen
Yeah.
Jones says,
Yeah.
what does Stephen Jones says? Well, player acquisition is a
It's
365
365.
day
Yeah.
job
Yeah.
occupation.
Right.
It doesn't take a day off. There's a couple days out of the year where I have bad guts, but other than that, we're still in the business of getting players. Okay, well, guess what? That means every single week you should be evaluating yourself. Okay, I like
Right.
this, I don't like that. So then
Right.
guess what? Come week
Woo.
17, when it comes week 18, when the NFL says, okay,
Tournament.
let's see who has created, let's see who has made the best teams able to go into the tournament. You should
Right.
be in one of those teams.
Right. And see, Wes, the thing is, a lot of people don't understand you. They don't understand your content, and they don't understand me. And it's more so because of them. And let me explain that. I've learned that there are a couple of different types of fans in the Cowboy Nation. There are fans who go to the Dallas Cowboys because it's a place of joy. It's a place to unwind. It's a place to relax. So when they hear West Coast talking or me talking about things that's not preparing us for the tournament, we get in the way of their goals of just being able to enjoy and relax to the Dallas Cowboys. But then
Facts.
you also have another group of fans who want to solve problems, who really want to listen to people who are serious about ideas that's going to get us ready for the tournament. So what happens, in my opinion, is you get those optimists and people that want the sugar content, and they don't understand that we really trying to deliver to them what they want. So when you talking about, yes, we won the game, but we got things we got to correct on the running game, it brings them down because they didn't really come to try to win the tournament. They just want to feel good. So the way that you can really understand West Coast and you can understand Boss, understand that we want what you want. Because we also know what's going to happen to you faster than you do. Because if you don't get serious about the things that's going to cause problems, then while you feeling good right now, You gonna be real down
It's
later.
short
We
lived.
want you
It's short lived.
happy later. We
It's
want you
short lived.
happy that we at the Super Bowl. That's why we push ideas, invest heavily into our ideas, and are serious about these ideas, even to the point we'll go against everybody listening.
Yep. Hey, you want to
Because
know
we
why,
know
boss?
a majority of y'all want Odell
You want
Beckham,
to know why,
but
boss?
we not playing to y'all. We playing to the truth.
You want to know why, boss? Because 12 wins last year made us think that we didn't need to stop the run. Because sometimes I'm gonna tell you what happens when you have a winning season. It
It
makes you
mask.
overlook things that you
Yeah,
really
it
need to fix. 'Cause you
mask.
got to think
Yeah,
like
it
this.
mask. Yeah.
Listen to me. Having an overall good record is not gonna benefit you when you get into a playoff game and you can't stop the run. You want to know why? Because they only got to beat you one time. See, like think about this. If say you got into the playoffs and this was like the NBA and it was like best 5 out of 7 games, then guess what? You can fall off a game or two. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because you in the grand scheme of things, you're gonna be able to beat them. But see, in football, it's a 1-game tournament. So think about this. I could be a team that don't even run the ball like that. But since I'm playing you, I'm running the ball like that. You know who that is? The Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers' identity is throwing the ball. But guess what they also did? They watched film and said, you know what? Why don't we just run the damn ball? Like, Aaron, you're not even going to throw the ball. How about you just – and guess what they did? They beat us. And then guess what they did the very next week? They went right back to their identity, throwing the ball, and they lost.
Hey, Coach Bob said,
And they
boss, I'm
lost.
running damn ball number 2 supporter. All right, I'll be number 3, damn it. Coach Bob crazy. Hey, real quick. That boy say, dog, get out number 2. All right, I'll let you have number 2. Yeah, you number 2, coach. That's fair. Cowboy fans 112 said, boss, that doesn't make y'all right, though. And then he said, Odell makes his team better. This is what I want you to understand. I already told you that I feel like he makes us better. But I'm waiting on one of y'all to explain to me how he is not a risk to Kellen Moore.
I want to know somebody to
If you
explain
can
to me how
explain
you know
that
he's
to
coaching.
me, if you can explain to me how I isolated Kellen Moore, who's showing you that he's stubborn, that he rebels against his head coach, which I gave y'all all the quotes that of what he's done. Do I need to say it again? Mike begged last year for Amari Cooper. Did he get it? Okay. Did he get it? I'm asking you a real question. Did he
Hell
get it?
nah.
No. Okay, so let me ask you another question. He also begged that we run the ball. Did he do it? No. So also let me ask you a question. Did Mike McCarthy say after we lost to Tampa Bay? I'm asking these questions that none of y'all that want Odell Beckham is answering for me. I'm waiting on the answer that I'm not getting. Okay, I'm waiting on y'all to tell me how did Mike McCarthy come out and say he against option routes, but yet your OC was the biggest controversy last week over what? Option routes. That means if he would have listened to Mike McCarthy week 1, we wouldn't have had the problems week 9 and 10. So what I'm showing y'all with evidence is that Mike McCarthy does not run this offense and that we got a very contrary OC. He threw the ball with Gary Gilbert 38 times. He threw the ball with Ben DiNucci 40 times. He threw the ball with Dak Prescott 58 times coming off a bad lat and no training camp. He threw the ball 38 times with Cooper Rush. He threw the ball 46 times with Dak Prescott in the Green Bay loss. And y'all saying don't be worried? Go get that man his crack? Listen, y'all. We giving you the facts of the dangers of Kellen Moore. So yeah, it don't mean we right, but I'm waiting on y'all to present a case that's actually with evidence and facts, not feelings.
And then also, after you do that, you need to give me about 10 minutes to the left because I need you to explain to me how this 30-year-old man is going to magically be healthier and better than Michael Gallup. Because I got a bigger issue. Hell, you mean you can tell Boss Cow after you tell Boss Cowboy all that, you need to just swing on around to I'll be waiting on the left over here to you. And give me about 10 minutes of your time because I'm going to need you to explain I just need that because if I'm not mistaken, Michael Gallup was walking into the end zone and literally said, hey, let me make a left right here on let me make a left right here on I-35 and fell right the hell down. Like, let's just be real. If you a real Dallas Cowboy fan, when you did not see Michael Gallup in that Green Bay game do a slant and fall right the hell down. Like, bruh, these injuries are real, bruh. Like the fact that Cowboy fans will just overlook that, man. Like, if there wasn't an injury aspect to Odell, he would already be on a team. He would already be on a team. Like, sometimes I think we don't be thinking about, like, damn, why is this pretty woman is so single? Like, nobody calling her phone. You want to know why? Because she's crazy, bruh. She's crazy. Them shoes, and no, that's from the dude she killed.
Hey, Cowboy fan said, "Boss, you just fell into the trap. How can you say you miss Coop, knowing if Coop was still here, Kellen would be more pass happy?" See,
No, he
listen,
wasn't.
man.
No, he
Right,
wasn't.
because the question is, did he even use Amari Cooper? See, y'all don't really understand Kellen Moore like I do. I'm being honest. I know y'all ain't even researched to the detail that I did Kellen Moore. So Kellen Moore is the worst type of dude because he's a true Trojan horse. He's a dude that's a pawn for front office that does the dirty work for front office because we all know that they didn't want to feed Amari Cooper the ball and they didn't. And you know who was over that? You know who ran the campaign? Kellen Moore. And you saying you want to trust him, bro? Because see, that's why I said it's the temptation that y'all not seeing. So this is the temptation.
Has
This is what
Kellen
I
Moore
want.
said he want Odell Beckham Jr.?
No, he ain't said nothing about that.
He ain't
And
getting
see,
him.
Kellen Moore don't feel like he need nobody but
I
his
don't think so.
system.
Oh, thank you. Oh my God. You know what?
Do I need to say that again, bro? Because I don't
You
think
know
they
what?
got it.
He
Kellen
not
Moore
getting
don't
him.
think he
We're
need
not getting him.
nobody
We're
but
not
that
getting him.
system.
We're not
You don't
getting him,
think he
bro.
getting them?
No. You want
I
to know
think we
why?
getting them.
You want to know why? This is why. Hey, this is why the nation wanted Boss Cowboy in West Coast. This is why y'all wanted him. This is why y'all wanted him. This is why y'all wanted it. Bruh, listen to me. Arrogance is what's gonna keep Odell Beckham out of Dallas. Because I'm gonna tell you this right now. Have you noticed that every single it started really right before Green Bay. We need Odell Beckham. We need Odell Beckham. First game after the Odell, we need Odell Beckham. What happened? You had CeeDee Lamb have a buck 150. The very next week, oh, we need Odell Beckham. We need Odell Beckham. Tony Pollard has 109. Like, bruh, Kellen Moore is showing you that he don't need him. He's showing you that he's need him. He don't. And I'm gonna tell you this right here. For Kellen Moore, for the Dallas Cowboys to bring in Odell Beckham and their offense get better, that would be a direct shot at Kellen Moore. And if you're trying to get a job, you don't want Odell Beckham. You don't want him. If you're trying to be a head coach of a job, like get a head coach job next year, and we all know Kellen Moore wants that.
Yeah, he wants
If you're
that.
trying to be, you know what you need to do? You win with this team right here.
Facts.
Because
See,
guess what? Most teams aren't going to go off and do that because most teams are not going to go sign Odell Beckham. That's why you don't have other teams asking for Odell Beckham.
so
Because
check this
most
out.
teams are already like, bro, that doesn't make sense. Go ahead, boss.
So Shannon Sharp, one somebody I really respect his mind greatly. And listen, I'm cool with debating everybody on this because this is how we all get better. Shannon Sharp said, "Boss, K Moore is going to throw it whenever he wants to. Just look at the Packers game. At the end of the day, you got to put those weapons there so when we need them, we have them." So I do understand that logic, but this is the pushback on that logic. When you get pass happy with with CeeDee Lamb, with Noah Brown, and with Gallup, right? It looks a whole lot worse than when you get pass happy with Odell Beckham, Gallup, and CeeDee Lamb. Why? Because when you got three names that people respect, people you can justify, hey, we got Odell Beckham, we gotta throw it. But when your clear best players is Zeke and Pollard, the current dynamic of our team is actually tying Kellen Moore's hands to stick to the identity that works. So it's like, yes, it's not about just because we number one right now in offense in points with Dak being back. So are we really saying that hey, we gotta have Odell Beckham when we number one in points in the whole league since Dak been back? And let me tell y'all the big thing that's going on. Jerry's really low-key trying to play everybody. Because remember, he said this key statement. He said, if I can make an acquisition that appears, he literally said appears to be all in. See, what he doing is he just trying to give you a name to make us believe again and have that feeling that they're serious.
Yeah,
That's what he wants from Odell Beckham. He just wants the name so that we can be like, oh, you're serious. No, if you really serious, you would have checked Kellen Moore when he came out and threw it 46 times. But you covered for him.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
also think about this, boss.
And this is the last thing I'm gonna say, West Coast, on this. It's not even about coming out and being pass happy for a whole game. He just needs to hit that crack once. He can be pass happy at the wrong moment. See, that's what people ain't peeping. What happened when we went forward for 4th and 1 versus Philly. That was the wrong moment to pass. What happened? Turnover, they get points out of it. Because the temptation to throw was on Kellen Moore. So it's not even about him throwing it too much for a whole period. It's about that crack just sitting in his face continually with somebody that has a bad habit of doing it at the wrong time. So I'm like this. Don't put that temptation in front of him, and let's go in there where it's obvious where our best athletes is in the backfield, and there's no debate which one has the best athlete. Because if you get Odell Beckham, it's going to be a new debate on which group is the best. And if you even start that debate, you tempting Jerry and you tempting Kellen Moore. Because Jerry's going to want box office. And Jerry is going to back Kellen Moore. And I don't want it easily to happen. Straight up.
And I mean, this is my thing. Like signing Odell Beckham don't even match anything of what the Dallas Cowboys want to do because, like, if you're trying to sign, like, this is the thing, right? At the end of the day, Odell is not going to be. I mean, people saying he's going to get medically cleared after this week. I don't believe it. And then also, you got to see it the way our season is. Like, if he's going to be on this team, he should have been on this team doing the bye. You know what I'm saying? Because then you could have had the opportunities. And think about this.
You're still with the medical team.
Yeah, you're still paying him. You know what I'm saying? But It's like for me, I don't think, and I'm gonna tell you this too. Odell Beckham is more concerned with the next year's. He's more concerned with next year. Well, guess what? I'm not concerned with Odell Beckham next year because my team drafts fairly well. I know y'all don't believe in Jalen Tober, but I don't believe that he's even had the opportunities to say that he's a wash or I don't think he's good, or especially after y'all told me that he could have been the next thing since sliced bread. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's not that cut and dry. And I hear all this, well, the Dallas Cowboy teammates want him and they also wanted Jamal Adams too. You know what I'm saying? They also wanted Earl Thomas too. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a bunch of dudes that the Cowboys want. And there's a lot of people that enjoy playing with. We got to remember that as Cowboy fans, everything that we do and say always gets a little bit more hype and always gets a little bit more light. But I know this will be the second person that the second thing that the Dallas Cowboys sold. Because think about this. The Dallas Cowboys could have put Dak Prescott on IR. But you know why they chose not to? Because they did not want the Dallas Nation to feel like our season was over. Because typically when you put your quarterback on IR, guess what happens? Ticket sales go down, everything else go down. The Dallas Cowboys have a phenomenal way of using outside things to grow their brand and to push whatever narrative they want to. So the fact that the Cowboys are all in or saying all this stuff about Odell Beckham, in my opinion, lets me know that they really not, man. They really not.
Because they running up his price doing all this
stuff. They are, because my thing is this. Like, do you guys really think that Jerry Jones is going to Odell Beckham and saying, Odell Beckham, whatever it is you want, we're going to give you? And
no.
I'm going to tell you this right here. I know it's some funny stuff going on with this Odell Beckham in Dallas. You want to know why? Because Dak's so honest. He's so honest. I love Dak.
Yeah.
Dak's so honest. Dak's so honest that he told the truth, right? Dak Prescott said in his thing, he said, we would love to have him. We'd love to have you. I don't know how much you want, how much he wants, but, we would love to have, and what was funny to me? I was thinking in my head, damn, how we not know? No, Dak, you're right. You don't know how much he wants, but why wouldn't Jerry Jones know how much money he wants? Bro, you're a free agent.
Right.
You're a free agent. There's nothing restrict. So you're telling me that you're having conversations, and the Cowboys have said that they have conversated with Odell Beckham.
But no number came out.
But don't nobody know how much money he wants.
Man, where's your want button?
I don't even know if I got one, but
make
I
up one. Want. God, boy, that is so
simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellent.
So you mean to tell me you didn't went on 9 dates with this woman?
And you ain't
asked her one time if she married.
Oh, really?
Not one time.
Hey, real quick, Wes, because I love that part. Check this out. Shannon Sharp said this. This is also why I love the people that be on my channel. My boy Shannon Sharp said, "You right, boss. JJ did not cover for Kellen when it was obvious he should have stick to the run. Can't even debate that at all. I'm just worried about the playoffs." And see, listen. Shannon, this is the thing. This debate is very hard. This is not an easy one. You know what I'm saying? Because we understand what y'all saying, and we understand what the dilemma is. Y'all are saying this is better talent, get it. We understand that. You know what I'm saying? It's just that when you see the political dynamics of what you just said, you also got people like West that's like, I don't want to risk anything that's going to make Kellen want to throw it more.
And
So, yeah,
especially since we're not good at pass. We're not even good at pass blocking, and y'all want to throw the ball.
and we're not good at pass blocking.
We're not even
So
good at
it's
pass
like,
blocking.
so I want to say this so people can really understand that we do understand that this is not an easy debate. You know what I mean? And that we know what we're saying. We know, well, I say it like this. If healthy, I want to say this again. I do know that he would be an asset. But see, I'm gonna say it like this, and I
If
think
he
it's
was
gonna
one,
really.
if well, listen,
I'm gonna
time
say
out.
it like this, and I know people go get it. No, let me say this, West Coast,
If
because I
he's
know people
healthy
go
and
get
you
it like
know
this.
he's healthy, if he's
Right.
healthy and
If you
know
know it.
he's healthy,
See, that's the. But let me say one more thing with that too. And Wesco feel me as a coach, and a lot of y'all go feel me that played or coach. How many times have you either been on a better team or coached on a better team and still lost because y'all didn't do the right things
shoot,
as
this
a team?
week, this week,
Right.
what do you mean?
So you just went through that in your championship with your son. See, that's what I'm saying. See, a lot of people think it's all about talent. It's not all about talent. It's also about, and it's more so about who you what's the identity of this team and what's gonna protect it. Because what we saw versus Minnesota is that when we stuck to what Mike McCarthy called the winning formula, we all walked out like we should walk anybody if we played them like this.
Facts.
So the question is, what would prevent us from playing like what we saw? If
Yeah,
you answer that question, that answer is Odell Beckham with crack pipe from Kellen Moore. Because currently how we're built, it's evident based on how we built and what we just did, what we should stick to. This was the first time Jerry said Tuesday when they asked, what did you think about Kellen Moore and did he figure out the proper usage between Zeke and Pollard? He said, well, I really don't want to talk about Kellen Moore because I credit Mike McCarthy for teaching Kellen Moore. So this is the first time Mike McCarthy has real leverage from the top, spoken verbally. So we are finally positioned where the cake is cooked, and now we want to reshuffle it with Odell Beckham to where it can get disbobbled, where it can get confusing, where it can. And what I mean by confusing, a lot of y'all don't understand what I mean on confusing. We can start winning with Odell Beckham versus weaker teams. And guess what? Kellen Moore will use it as leverage to take that dumb stuff into the what? Playoffs where them opponents are more what? Harder. And that's what we saying. We don't want to get the womp and the setup because of the new environment that can change because of Odell Beckham. I don't want Jerry looking at box office, and I don't want Kellen Moore having more crack.
yeah. And shout out to my boy Desmond Iron Man with the $2 super chat, man. Appreciate you. Let me get you a little Glorio.
I want me some glory hole.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell y'all this right here, man. I'm gonna say this. Why did you guys? I want to attack y'all motives on this Odell Beckham. I want to attack y'all motives.
The motives.
I want to attack your motives.
The
Motives means why. Your why for Odell Beckham. Okay. First thing I always hear why we got to get Odell Beckham is he's gonna make this wide receiver room better. Okay. Okay. So then my question, this right here is why does your receiver room need to be better? CeeDee Lamb just had a historic game just last week. Think about this. Dak probably could have played a little bit longer, and he probably could have got CeeDee Lamb a couple more balls or could have got him more. But, the game was out of hand. So it's like, why? We see CeeDee Lamb being who he thinks he needs to be, and we see the other guys doing what they need to do. Why do we need to improve on that? Okay, so CeeDee Lamb is coming around. He's doing his thing. Think about this. CeeDee Lamb is now on his what game with Dak Prescott this year? He played the Tampa Bay game with Dak this year. He played the Chicago game with Dak this year. He played the Detroit game with Dak this year. He played the Green Bay. That's 4 Green Bay, and then he played this past week. So he's up to 5 games with Dak Prescott right now. So that's not even a full season. So think about this. each and every week, CeeDee Lamb has gotten that connection has gotten better, right? So more importantly, why do you want to do anything that prevents your ultimate guy? Because think about this. We all know Odell, even if you sign him, he is not the dude for the future. CeeDee Lamb is.
Yeah.
So everybody's talking about stopping somebody's growth and stopping this. Why do you guys want to stop CeeDee Lamb? Bro, do I really need to imitate the catch that he made against Minnesota? That mess was ridiculous.
Can you imitate it, bro? I would love to see you imitate. Oh, no, he getting ready to do it.
You know what I mean? Like, you know how you be trying to peek around the corner?
Y'all gotta clap it up for West Coast for that, bro. That boy demonstrated the
like,
catch,
bro,
dog.
like, I'm gonna tell you this. This is why I have faith in and listen to me. I'm the dude that was telling you guys every single day in April, CeeDee Lamb is not a number 1 receiver. CeeDee Lamb is not a number 1 receiver. You want to know why? Because in April, CeeDee Lamb was not a number 1 receiver. He wasn't.
Yeah.
And remember,
what you saying now he is.
We always talk about people as in what they are today. So in April, CeeDee Lamb was not a number 1 receiver. But guess what? Over the time, he is developing himself into an 88. You want to know why? Because an 88 is not just, I'm an 88. An 88 is a guy who is able to have above average moments.
Yeah, that's facts.
And I'm going to tell you, this is what CeeDee Lamb does. Even, think about this. Think about this, y'all. I remember a game where my boy Dez had like 3 catches for 2 touchdowns for like 140 yards. He just caught the ball and just went to the end zone every time. And then I've also seen games where Dez would have like 4 catches, 43 yards, 2 touchdowns. Because guess what? Sometimes it's not about like, did he just explode off? It's sometimes I don't need CeeDee Lamb to have a game. I need him to have a moment. Have that moment? And I'm going to tell you this right now. CeeDee Lamb can do that. That catch on the sidelines to get you in place for that field goal. Think about this. When we kicked that field goal, that put us up by 20. Bro, us all right then, we was like, bro, there's the game. There's the game. And guess what CeeDee Lamb did? Man, he had an 88 moment. Like, I can I'm going to tell you this right now. Game on the line, I can trust. Put it up there with CeeDee Lamb, and I can trust he's going to have a moment. Is he going to bring it down every time? No, he's not going to bring it down. Dez didn't bring it down every time. But I'm going to tell you this right now. We all remember the times he did, though. We all remember the times he did. CeeDee Lamb is not your typical 88. You want to know why? Because this is not your typical world we're growing in. That's just what it is. Dez grew up, them dogs like Dez, them dudes don't exist because this is an informational world. This is what it is. But CeeDee Lamb is developing into your 88. And I'm going to tell you this right now. He's developing, and
because that catch was 88-ish, and that's what people was waiting
all
on.
the way 88.
That was 88-ish, bro. And see, that's the moments
bro.
that people. Because you know what, bro? I know your chat is like my chat. The people that follow West Coast are the same types of people that follow Boss Cowboy Sports. And this is what I noticed on my chat. I'm pretty sure it happened on your chat too. When CeeDee Lamb made that catch, all those people that be like, he not a number 1. All that was quiet because it was an 88-ish catch. And we not trying to say we told you so. That's not what we on. But what we saying is this guy is developing into an elite 88. And if he keep making plays like that, that's 88-ish. And that's just the facts.
I want him to have more opportunities to make those.
Right. And so this is the couple of things that's sad, y'all. In terms of me, I can't speak for West Coast. I can speak for me. My only reservations is because of the crack habit of Kellen Moore. I want y'all to really understand that. That's my only reservations because this man has shown me that even when Jerry, when Steven, when Mike McCarthy is saying run the ball, he will circle a game on the calendar or he will circle the moment to try to get credit from the passing game. That's scary to me. And I'm just keeping it real.
You know what those games are? The games where he plays Aaron Rodgers and when he plays Tom Brady and when he plays, that's what he's doing, bro. Like he's literally looking at these quarterbacks.
And that's why West Coast and I called him selfish because these are national televised games where he trying to me recreate the narrative that was happening Sunday. Kellen Moore is a future head coach guaranteed. See, that happens from a play call moment.
Yeah.
And he want that play call moment. See, I see the danger in dealing with that dude. And
He's
I see the
fixing his resume
danger.
in public.
He
He's
fit,
also
yeah.
fixing his resume in the public.
That's exactly what he doing. He trying to fix his resume, and I don't want to get that dude. Somebody said in the channel, get that hard out his hand. Exactly, man. Don't get that man that crack, bro. Don't. And so one more thing I also want to say too, man. If we get Odell Beckham, that means we gonna all have to work 3 times as hard and be 4 times as smart. Cause it's gonna be harder now to discern when we are off script. Cause see, we know the fans, West Coast fans, and people that follow his channel are exactly like the people that follow my channel. Whenever we win, we don't care about nothing that can make us better. So when we was winning and West Coast was saying we need to stop the damn run, you negative. When we was winning and I was saying, man, that Kellen Moore, man, y'all better watch that dude. Keep your eyes on him. Oh, boss, I don't really like your channel because see, really, we winning and you still negative. See, we know y'all. If we start winning with Odell Beckham, y'all ain't gonna want to hear it when we saying, hey, bro, we won that game, but we was way off script. We was way off script. He didn't manage that drive right. He didn't close that drive right. He was pass happy in the fourth. Yeah, we won by 10, but we should have won by 30. And this is definitely not getting us ready for the playoffs. Y'all ain't gonna want to hear it, bro. Y'all ain't gonna even want to hear it. So if we do sign Odell Beckham, you better keep your open mind on, and you better be watching. Are we sticking to the identity of who we are? I ain't trying to hear, boss, we still won the game. Odell's, he did this. It's like, yeah, he did against the Texans. Nobody care about no Texans.
I mean, that's my thing, bro. Like, if you got time to make your offense better with Odell, you got time to make your offense better with Noah Brown. Like, like if you're going to try to teach somebody to play, you need to go sit down and teach Jalen Tolbert the book. Like, you know what I'm saying? And people can say, because right now, I am just 100. I can't jump into the Odell Beckham thing until I know his like, and him just getting cleared doesn't mean anything, bro. Like, the internet is available. Odell Beckham, why are you not on the internet showing me routes? I saw a video of you. It took me. Listen to me. I was gonna show the video too, but Cowboy fans are so weird.
I wish you did,
bro. It's the Odell Beckham is running on a padded floor and some basketball shoes, and then he had to psych himself up to even take off running. I'm like, bro, he's a month away. If you were still doing that right there, like getting. Like, he literally, like, before he ran, he was like, you know what I'm saying? And he gonna take.
You should have showed it, bro. I wanted to see that.
So check this out. Power run across the field, bro. I'm thinking in my head, like, yeah, bro, that's a dude that's about a month away from football.
So check this out. My boy Cowboys fan said if Odell goes to the 49ers and does us bad, we gonna public apology from y'all. And then he laughed. Okay, listen, bro. See, y'all, that's why I say y'all gotta really know us, bro. See, if anybody been following my channel, I was for Odell before
Boss
then.
Cowboy. Bro, you gotta stop. Listen to me.
No. I'm gonna say this, bro.
You gotta stop answering them type of.
No. I do gotta answer them type. But let me explain this because this is important. No, I gotta answer them because it's about our character, and then people when they say stuff like that, it make it seem as if we don't really have real character about this stuff, and we do. So let me say this real quick.
Can I say something real quick?
Because I wanted to make a point, and then tell me why I don't need to deal with that. But let me finish what I was gonna say to that, because this is the real thing. I wanted Odell Beckham before Green Bay. And I was publicly saying I wanted Odell Beckham. But after Green Bay, you know what I did in terms of are we go apologize? You know what I did Monday? If you watch that show, the first people that I apologized to was Coach Marvin West Coast. See, I ain't peeped that. So for those y'all that been asking, are we the types that apologize? The first thing I said on my show is I said, hey, listen, y'all, Coach Marv, West Coast, y'all was right. Odell Beckham is dangerous based on what he just did with Green Bay. So for those of y'all who keep acting like we don't apologize or we don't change or say, now we was wrong on that, you don't watch this channel enough. because I was for Odell Beckham up into Green Bay. So when I saw him throw it with 46 pass attempts and we was up by 14 points, and then I also saw Jerry come back in and get his back. Now, bro, don't question me or West Coast on do we have the integrity to say when we was wrong. I'm wearing this run the damn ball hat because this is a public declaration that what I said 2 years ago was wrong. So I'm waiting on y'all to really learn the character of the people that you say you follow. So yes, I would easily say I was wrong if we come out and stick to the run with Odell Beckham. I would say, I'm going to tell you exactly what I would say. I would say, listen, I was scared of the boogeyman. I had a reason to be, but judging on how we finished out this season, we stuck to the run, we maintained our identity, and I was wrong. Let me tell y'all something. West Coast gave me the biggest compliment today. He said somebody was actually on his channel and said, Boss don't admit what he wrong. He said, nah. He said, Boss was losing the debate. He said, matter of fact, if you was arguing with Boss, you probably wrong. You know why? Because Boss one of the first people to say when he wrong. How many of y'all ever heard anybody do eat crow shows? When they said, yeah, I do. I come out, I say, I was wrong about this, I was wrong about this, I was wrong about that. So listen, we can disagree without y'all asking about our character or questioning it. This is truly about us trying to win 6. This ain't got nothing to do with that and what y'all accusing us of on the sly. And I really wish y'all chill out on that. Real talk.
Bruh, I'm going to tell you something real quick. The question, I'm trying to be more politically correct.
Appreciate the super chat too, big dog, to $25. Appreciate the 25 bones.
But listen to me. Y'all some scary ass Cowboy fans. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all some scary ass. Some of y'all need to go back to your mama house, man, for real, man. Some of y'all is not mature enough to be living out here in the world by yourselves. If you that damn scary. What if Odell Beckham gets on a team and just tears us apart? Well, real quick. I want to know before I want to know something real quick. I want y'all to listen to something real quick. I want y'all because listen to me. Listen to me. Because in order for Odell Beckham to have a good game, that would mean that a quarterback has to tear us apart, right? That means somebody's quarterback needs to tear us apart. Well, okay. I want y'all to listen to this sound real quick. Yeah, let's listen one more time just in case y'all didn't hear that.
Dude, that is acting scary. That is so acting scary.
Does anybody know what that is?
Send Fred to tear us up.
Does anybody know what that is? Does anybody know what that sound is? Does anybody know what that sound is? Because I'm gonna just tell you this right now. In order for Odell Beckham to get loose on us, that means that the thrower, the person that actually throws the ball, gotta get loose first. I want to know right now what quarterback is gonna get loose when this is on the field.
Ooh. Is that a lion?
Well, you know it is.
Okay, I was making sure I was hearing.
What?
Yeah, that's a lion, dog. Yeah, I ain't scared of that.
I want to know real quick. How did, because I got this little list. You guys, in life, I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get better with my, I want to be more clear with the things I do. So I just want to put these clear. Put these names in the comment box. How did that work for Jamar Chase? How did that work out for him? How did that work out for Justin Jefferson?
Didn't work. Shut down.
And Jamar Chase has Joe Burrows. Okay, so let's put Joe Burrows. Justin Jefferson has who he has Kurt. He got Kirk Cousins. Mike Evans. How did that work for Mike Evans? Oh yeah, he got Tom. How did that work out for Cooper Kupp? I mean, he was only the offensive player of the year.
He made one play. He
was good for a play. So you mean to tell me that all these dudes who are all top paid or top looked at as the best in football, these dudes didn't light your ass up, but you're afraid of Odell Beckham? See, that's what I mean. That's why I be trying to say.
Can you please play that line one more time, bro? Just on your point. Right.
Bruh,
that's why that is scary. Excellent point on showing the fear of that comment. That is
scary. And I'm gonna tell you this real quick for all y'all.
Especially with if he go to San Fran and hurt us, that's a scary comment.
Let me tell you this right here. If he goes to San Francisco, I would love that. You want to know why? because there's only one football in all of football, right? So if you're giving it to Odell Beckham, that means you're not doing what? That means you're not giving it to who? To the running back. So if you're giving, so you mean, yes, I would rather you have Odell Beckham so that it makes you want to throw more. You want to know why? Because I have a number 7, and then I also have a number 1 of these.
Mm-hmm. I honestly don't think nobody can beat us when we stick to identity. That's
Right,
the
and
key thing.
I also got one of these too. Look, got one of those too. Got one of those too. You know what I'm saying? Kind of got one of those too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I want a team to get pass happy against us. That's the perfect
Me too.
formula.
That is.
I want a
yes,
team to come in
we
here
want
and
that.
be like, "Thank you, bro.
Let's throw it. Let's
Right,
throw it. We're gonna be like,
Let's
please
throw
do
it.
that. Please do it.
Please do that.
Ooh, we gonna
Please."
eat you up, boy.
Like, I'm gonna keep it real. I would love for the 49ers to get him because think about this.
Man.
I want Jimmy Garoppolo to have more faith in himself throwing the ball than handing it off to Christian McCaffrey. Absolutely.
Every time. Yes.
Every time.
Every time.
And this
Every
right here
time,
gonna
too.
get on his ass. Right there.
Yup.
Man,
So-
come on, bruh.
I think the real thing of what you said, West Coast, the number one thing that you said, and I think this is the thing that we should change the title of this show to. Do you really believe in running damn ball or not?
Facts.
Cause see, we saw running damn ball take noodle arm ass Cooper Rush and go on a 4-game winning streak
Facts.
with less weapons, and a lot of those was without Gallup. Without Gallup, y'all.
Yep.
So a noodle arm. So do you believe in what's been working or not? Because now, but if you believe that we need Odell Beckham, which is gonna make us likely want to throw it more with an OC that's sitting
You
here
don't believe in
isolated
running
in
that
it,
ball.
you really don't believe in it.
You don't really believe in running the ball.
And then it also shows that you don't believe in the data. You don't believe in the data. See, West Coast has been preaching run the damn ball more so because he been knowing the amount of times we win based on the data of when we run the ball. So if you really believe in the data that says when we have this identity, it's hard to beat us with Cooper Rush. It's almost impossible to beat us with Dak. But we can go on a run with Cooper Rush with this philosophy. I want to do everything in my power to keep that philosophy the same.
Yep.
Especially when it's a risk of it changing based on the current leadership model.
I'm gonna
It's
tell you
that
something,
simple.
boss. I'm gonna tell you something, boss. And this is not an attack on Dak, but if Cooper Rush would have played against the Green Bay Packers, we would have beat them. You want to know why?
We'd have ran the ball.
Because we would have only threw the ball 20 times.
Yep.
We would have only took and it's so crazy. Like think about like that's how powerful, man. That's how powerful running the damn ball in football.
Yeah,
is
do you believe it?
It is the most single-handedly the most strongest weapon in all of football.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because a run, like think about this. The Cleveland Browns came out of nowhere with what? With a run the butt. It was because of Chubb and freaking Hunt. It was them running that running attack. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the run. And then think about this. Like even teams like Kansas City, people always say, "Oh, Kansas City, they're a team that loves passing the ball." They do, but think about this. When Kansas City won their first Super Bowl, guess what they did the very next year with their first round pick? They drafted a running back.
Yep. And they wouldn't have won that Super Bowl without running the ball. They MVP should have been their running back and not Mahomes.
My boy Damian Williams, number 26.
Yep.
Arizona Western. Shout out
It
to
was
my boy.
man, that dude did not play good. That what bailed them out of that game was the running game. So even though they're a pass happy team, when it came down to actually getting the ring, it was on the ground.
Yep. And they went and got freaking Le'Veon Bell that same year. You know what I'm saying?
The same thing with the Rams. The Rams won because they kept it on the ground.
Yeah. So it's like, and I'm gonna tell you this right here. Like, you also got to look at the trends. Like I always say it like this. And boss, this is some higher level stuff that I'm gonna think about. Like we had to know that this passing was gonna run out. You want to know why? Because everybody's saying it's a passing league. It's a passing league.
Right.
So since it's a passing league, what did everybody have to do? Everybody had to go get what? Pass rushers. Right? So think about this, bro. Even the Dallas Cowboys had to go get a pass rusher. Even we had to go get a Micah Parsons. Like, damn, he got a Bosa, they got a Bosa. He got a Watt, they got a Watt. I mean, he got a Miles. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got somebody that can get. Think about this. Freaking Robert Quinn got 18 and a half sacks and got traded the next year. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how. Go ahead.
This is a good question. Common Sense Lab said with a super chat, could OBJ have the 2018 Amari effect? The running game opened up with Cooper. No, and this is why. Because see, Amari
the run
Cooper
game didn't open up the run game.
It actually did. It actually did. But see, it was different. See, what happened with Amari is you had a real number one versus we didn't have a real number one. Okay? So when you get a real number one, that's a real threat on the outside that does help your running game. Because then if you do decide to stack the box, you got somebody on the outside that can torch you bad. And that's what Amari was. But we got a number one.
The reason why I say he didn't help the run game is because of Amari Cooper, they did not stack the box less versus Ezekiel Elliott.
But statistically, we did get better though. Just statistically, we did.
Listen, we might have gotten better in our effort, but you also got to think like this. Amari Cooper is an above average run blocking wide receiver. So think about this. When you have a guy like who can run block with your as a wide receiver, that's going to help your run game too, because who's blocking once he gets 5 yards? Those are wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? But what I mean by is me personally, I don't really believe like there are some wide receivers that can, but you have to be so dominant as a wide receiver that you pull that safety off of because the safety has to decide one or two things. I'm either going to support the run or I'm going to support the pass. And typically, for the most part, when teams play the Dallas Cowboys, they're not pulling a safety to say, hey, I need to go do double coverage on this wide receiver. They're, for the most part, staying in the box. You know what I'm saying? Now, I will say Amari Cooper, he was one of the guys in the NFL that did lead with double coverages. So I can definitely see where you see it did help. But I don't know. I just
well, let me say one thing that's also why it wouldn't be the same. First of all, you also got to start with who the OC was. Who was the OC in 2018? Scott Linehan.
Scott Linehan.
Did we ever have to say run the damn ball with Scott Linehan?
No.
So we already knew our identity, and it was never questioned under Scott Linehan. The only thing that was questioned under Scott Linehan was the predictable plays. That was it.
First down plays.
But was that team go stick to the run game? Hell in high water.
Hell yeah, they was.
Hell in high water. So it's that's not even a comparison to this, because see, now you're dealing with somebody who would abandon the run game. Now, Scott Linehan was committed to the run game. 2014, 15, 16, 17, and 18.
Like, you got to think like this. If Scott Linehan is not committed to the run, you don't draft Ezekiel Elliott for it.
Exactly, bro.
No, you don't do that.
Yeah, because Kellen Moore wouldn't have got a Zeke. Kellen Moore wouldn't have got Zeke no. He would have said we don't need him. That's exactly what he would have said.
Not a running back. Not a running back.
So now that's not a comparison. See, if it was the case that we had Scott Linehan, bro, yeah, he could help. Odell Beckham could help, but it's not, bro.
Hey, boss,
it's just what it is.
I'm gonna ask you a question, boss. Do you honestly can we honestly sit up here and think that the Dallas Cowboys didn't go to Kellen Moore? Or you know what? I'm not gonna ask boss. I'm gonna ask the fans. Do you guys think that the Dallas Cowboys went to Kellen Moore and said, hey, Kellen Moore, do you think you can run this offense and be successful without Amari Cooper? Why? Because we're probably about to trade him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You guys think they probably I would think that that's a quote. They may not have used his answer as the reason for doing it, but you still got to take him in consideration, right? Or think about this. When you make that move, you know what you're saying? You're saying that you believe in your offensive coordinator to do it. So think about this. If you have to go do it, you know what that means? That means you were wrong in your assessment of Kellen Moore. If you're Kellen Moore right now, there's no way he supports a bringing in of Odell Beckham Jr., right? Because at some point of this season, they had faith that you could do it
without Amari.
Without an Amari. So now you're telling me you cannot do it and you have to have this? Right. That's why I said if I don't believe your offensive coordinator, and I think they've been very strategic on asking Kellen Moore if they want him. Like listen to me. I don't care if Micah Parsons wants Odell Beckham. Micah Parsons is going to want $50 million a year. Guess what? He's probably not going to get it. I
Right.
don't care if Dak wants if Dak wants Odell Beckham. I'm pretty sure Dak wanted a bunch of dudes. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he wanted to get paid, but guess what? He got franchise tagged. I can show you a long history of Dallas Cowboys players wanting stuff and not getting it. You know what I'm saying? I can even show you a longer list of fans wanting stuff and not getting it. Jamal Adams, listen, think about this. Jamal Adams made more sense than Odell Beckham. You want to know why? Because he was 100% healthy, bro, and he was an all-pro, 25 years old. Like, there have been deals that Roquan, think about this. You think about the craziness behind what we would be saying right now. We're a team that said, bruh, we passed on Roquan Smith for a 2nd and 5th and having to pay him next year. But we're going to sign Odell Beckham. That makes no sense, bruh. Like, that makes absolutely no sense. If you put in your abacus, or if you put in your mathematical equation machine and it said it makes no sense for you to sign Roquan Smith, how in the hell do you put this analogy in there and it says it makes sense to sign OBJ? What is you talking about? You actually need a middle linebacker. And the dude is young. And it's a 2nd and a 5th. What? think about that. If you get we say, there are moves that the Dallas Cowboys should have made that make way more sense than this, that were even easier to facilitate. Why? Because if you have Roquan, there is no medical. There's nothing involved. Nothing involved. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why I say, like, there are actual moves that the Cowboys could have made and should have made that made way more sense and would have been making more sense for anything. But the cool thing about the Cowboys is you always got to be wary of the Dallas Cowboys when they're able to sell you their brand without selling you a product. Like, think about this right now. The Dallas Cowboys, by way of OBJ, are selling Cowboy products without OBJ even being on the team. You want to know why? Because every news syndicate, everything that's on right now is what? Dallas Cowboys, bro, OBJ. Like, that's just real. Like, he wasn't even this wanted. He wasn't even this popular or sought after when he was getting traded to when he was going to when he was going to the Rams.
Yeah.
It wasn't even this much hype when he was doing that. And the reason there is hype is because Cowboy Nation is the one that's driving it. So my question is this: if we're the ones driving it, why haven't we signed him? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we still talking? I don't need nobody else to say they want Odell Beckham. I don't need nobody else to say it. I need someone to say they want to sign OBJ. Because signing someone and wanting them is two different things. He told me that he dreamed about, in the shower, taking a shower, he was thinking about Dez Bryant. And I'm going to tell you this right now. When I heard that, I just knew for a fact Dez Bryant was coming back to Dallas. I just knew it, bro. I just knew it, boss. Dez Bryant never came back to Brown. Guess what? Listen to me. Jerry Jones told Jimmy Johnson, Jimmy, I understand this is the Hall of Fame, the greatest achievement of all. But I want you to know there's something better than this. Here, everybody looking like, what the hell could be better than the Hall of Fame? You're going in the Ring of Honor. Yes, Jerry went on the Hall of Fame show and told someone else that's just like going up there for a Grammy and be like, yo, man, shout out to this Grammy, but I want to let you know you about to get this BET award at the end of the week too, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them, but we got this BET award for you, right? Well, guess what? Jimmy ain't even in the he's not even in the Ring of Honor right now, bruh. So it's like Jerry Jones will literally say stuff and it's not that he lies, he just don't do it. Is that considered a lie that's still considered a lie, right? Because he technically telling the truth because you are going to get in, he just don't know when. You know what I'm saying? So it's craziness. Jerry Jones has literally told us stuff and not come through for it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say it for me. This would fall if that's honestly, I want to know to the Cowboy Nation this. With all the hoopla and everything that's been said about OBJ, how will you feel about Jerry Jones and his organization if they don't get OBJ? I think that's a better question. If with everything that's being said and everything that's going on right now about OBJ, and you wake up tomorrow and you find out he signed with the Buffalo Bills, what are your thoughts going to be on that? What would y'all thoughts be on that? You would feel what? You'd feel used, right?
Like we always get used. But one of
Yeah,
the things
like
but one of the things that I say, man, if we get Odell Beckham, I want all of y'all to know that I will fully support Odell Beckham. I will wish nothing but the best for Odell Beckham. But the one thing you go see from Boss Cowboy Sports is you go see me really, 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 really hone down my eye on the usage of Odell Beckham as well as the whole receiving core and our running backs. I'm gonna just have to focus in even tougher.
Turpin's dead. He gone. Turpin's gone. When you get
Yeah,
OBJ, you
yeah,
just don't
he
even label
gone.
him as a
Yeah,
wide
yeah.
receiver. He is a kick
So
returner, punt returner, period.
it's one of them things. I just definitely want to say I'm going to support him if we get him. Um, and when he make plays, if he healthy, I'm gonna say, yeah, I know that dude can make plays. But see, what I'm gonna do is wins or losses, I'm gonna be laser focused on the identity of this offense. Because see, we fell for it last year when we won them 12 games. We fell for it last year. We thought because we won them 12 games, we was playoff ready. But the whole time, Kellen Moore was not ready. The whole time, he was still the entire time abandoning the run. And guess when he abandoned the run? When we beat
You
New
needed it the
England.
most.
When we beat New England with the pass. That was his one excuse that he used that one time to start passing the whole second half of the season. He totally abandoned the run. So that's all it is. That if we get Odell Beckham, I'm gonna be forward, but I'm gonna get on y'all nerves even worse. Cause what I'm gonna do is even when we win, I'm gonna be laser focused on attempts. I'm gonna be laser focused on identity. I'm gonna be looking for are we going at high tempo at the wrong time? I'm gonna be looking at time of possession to see if we rested the defense. I'm gonna be looking at how did we close our games? Did we close it out with the right people? I'm gonna just have to stay diligent because I see that a lot of our fans are not, because they really do not understand run the damn ball like they act like they do. Because if you
Hey,
really understood run the damn ball, you wouldn't want to risk anything that'll make us go away from it.
facts. And think about this, boss. Like, man, if you're running the ball, like I think some fans just got it backwards. If you run the ball successfully, your passing game is going to get easier anyway. You want to know why? Because teams don't stack the box. Teams stack the box to help stop the run. If you help stop the run with a stacked box, you know what that means? You have one-on-one coverage on the outside. That means all you have to do is beat. You have guys that need to beat their guys. That means CeeDee Lamb is one-on-one with a corner. That means Noah Brown is one-on-one with a corner. You know what I'm saying? Everything is going to get easier anyway while you running the ball. That's why Noah Brown was able to make plays in a game when Cooper Rush was the quarterback. Why? Because you were running the damn ball and he was giving him the one options on the outsides. So it's like we gotta listen to me. I know there's people out there. Amari Cooper did not help this run game. I'm sorry. Like the only thing that he helped in was blocking downfield, but the Dallas Cowboys did not throw the ball to him enough for him to be used as a decoy or anything else. That is just on. Listen to me. That the team still fear your ability to run the ball.
No,
Like
they feel that
and
more
think
than
about
anything.
this. I'm gonna tell you this right now. The reason why they're stacking the box is because of Tony Pollard and what Ezekiel Elliott is doing. And guess what? They're not gonna move. They're not gonna move that for no damn wide receiver. They're not gonna do that because teams understand that when you run the ball on them, that is a physical beat down. When you're passing the ball, we still good. We can still run. We can still guard y'all all night. But when you're running the ball, I gotta commit to stopping the run. You know what I'm saying? So, and like, think about this. That's how Green Bay did is. Like, think about like freaking on Aaron Rodgers' his fifth pass of the game. He threw a play action bomb touchdown. You want to know why? Because they had ran the ball 13 times up to that. And guess what we had? We had single. We had all our corners up in man press. Why? Because they were up trying to help the run. That's how a guy like Anthony Brown gets beat. Why? Because there's no help. Why? Because the safety's trying to help the run. And those are the mindset that we need to do. That's the mindset that we need to be playing. Like we need to be running the ball, running the ball, running the ball, running the ball. Guess what they do? When they sell out to commit to stop the run, guess what? That's when you go over top. That's when you go tops. And then at that point, you don't need Odell Beckham, bro. You got a one-on-one with a wide receiver who knows where he's going versus a corner who don't. And look, think about this. That Watson kid, y'all didn't know who he was. The dude had 3 touchdowns. Why did he have 3 touchdowns? And he had 3 touchdowns on 3 different corners. You want to know why? Because the Dallas Cowboys had to commit to stopping the run. We had to commit to stopping the run, which did what? Which made all your corners get one-on-one coverage. Why? Because there was no safety help. Why? Because the safety had to help with the run. So that's why I say the Green Bay Packers philosophy is what the Dallas Cowboys should be doing. We should be punishing teams with the run, punishing them with the run, punishing them with the run. And then guess what? As soon as they commit to the run, that's when you hit them with a play action and you pick your poison. Whichever wide receiver's open or whichever one you think can outrun the corner, just throw it up there. Because you got one-on-one coverage with a cornerback who's in a back pedal. And listen, boss, we are both corners by trade. That's what we did for a living. That's what got us through college. We all know a wide receiver ain't even got to be good. He ain't even got to be fast. I'm running backwards. He's running forward. For the most part, he's going to have action on that ball. You know what I'm saying? So those are the type of opportunities I want to create for the Dallas Cowboys with winning the damn ball. Because guess what? If you do that, all your receivers are good enough for that.
So
because Green Bay's wide receiving core is not better than ours. And look what they did.
My boy Shannon Sharp, like, again, I want to say this because, it's a lot of people that follow my channel that I do respect their football minds. And I want to use this as an opportunity to go back and forth respectfully to these people that I know think well on football. So my boy Shannon Sharp said, I'm going to say this, boss, and West Coast. The one game we struggled running the ball was against the Commanders. The Niners are the best in the league at stopping the run at 3.4 yards per average and an average of 4.5 yards per carry. See, Shannon, first of all, excellent thought. But I also want to say this about the Washington Commanders, okay? Remember, I did a whole breakdown of how Kellen Moore ran the ball that game, which is why I trust him even less. You remember I did that whole breakdown of how he was stubbornly running the ball directly at Allen and Payne, that he showed no creativity at all that game because it was like he was trying to sabotage the run game. So me and Candy did a show before that game, and we both identified that the biggest risk in that game and the biggest matchup problem was Allen and Payne, and your dumbass OC went right at them boys. So when you say we struggled, you also got to look at what he did. So did he run a toss? Even one toss? No. Did he run counters? No. Did he run traps? No. He ran zone right, zone left with Pollard and Zeke the entire time and banged it up the middle. So Kellen Moore is dangerous, especially when you use the Commanders as an example, because it showed you he was being very stubborn. And remember, after that game was where I did that breakdown where I said, Kellen, don't just run it, because Mike McCarthy said what? I don't care what you do. I want them the boys to get the touches. He said, I don't care if you pitch it to him, throw it to him, or run it. But what was Kellen Moore's stubborn self doing? He was just running one play, zone right, zone left. Like stubborn. So it's like I see a setup dude, bro, just keeping it real. And yes, I do recognize San Fran. I do understand that San Fran is out there, but I'm not going to use the Commanders as an example of a reason to fear San Fran. I'm just not.
Yeah, and I'll piggyback off of this and say this, man. We didn't have a problem running the ball versus the Washington Commanders. Like, what y'all got to understand is this, man. The run game always works. I'm gonna tell you why the run games always works. Because tell me in a game where you ran the ball and the clock stopped moving.
Right.
See, this is what you guys got to understand. That there are multiple things that you get positive from running the ball. One, the clock. You control the clock. Think about this. One would say that when the Washington Commanders beat the Philadelphia Eagles, that damn, they ran the ball 47 times at 3 yards per carry. You know what one would say? The run game didn't really work. But you know what the run game did do? It opened up all their play actions. And you know what it also did? It allowed the clock to keep on running. See, you don't just use the run game just to get positive yards. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're getting positive yards in the run game is working. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Now, are there
Right.
going to be times? Are you going to get 150 yards, 120 yards for every game? No, you're not.
No.
You're not. You're not. That's not going to happen. You want to know why? Because some teams have really good linebacker play. That's going to shut that down. You know what I'm saying? But think about this. If you're getting 3 yards on every running attempt, you know what that is? That means every fourth down it's 4th and 1. That means every third down is 3rd and 3. Like, that's not, you can't tell me that the run game is not working. What you guys got to understand is that the run game is not the pass game. That's the difference. The run game is not the pass game. You know, the run game has its own nuances. Like you can't control anything with the pass game. And to be honest with you, there are more negative things that happen when you pass the ball. And when you actually, because think about this, when you pass the ball, 3 things can happen. 2 of them are negative. 1, he can catch the ball. 2, it can be an incompletion. 3, it can be intercepted. There are more negative.
Or it can be a pass interference that don't get called.
Penalty. Still, think about this. There are still more negative things that can happen. There are still more negative. Think about this. What's the most negative thing that can happen when you run the ball? You lose yards. Well, guess what, fellas? When you lose yards in the run game, does the clock keep on moving? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So that's why when people are winning, they just kneel down and they just take yards. Want to know why? Because even when you lose yards with the running game, the clock is still moving. That's why I say versus the Green Bay game, we have to understand, our offensive coordinator needs to understand when it is time to win games and when it's time to close games. Like you know how your mama come home and be like, yeah, you guys didn't played. It was good. It's time to start wrapping this thing up. Why? Because we're about to leave. We're about to leave. Like Kellen Moore needs to and that's what you guys, because think about this. In the Green Bay game, we didn't need 180 yards. We didn't need that.
No,
What we needed is 12 more running plays, because guess what? Those 12 running plays times 45 seconds on the clock, guess what? Green Bay doesn't have enough time.
Right.
Think about this. When you played Tampa Bay last year, not this year, but last year, when we still had 2 minutes and 43 seconds left on the clock and we decided to pass the ball, guess what? In that game, you didn't need to score. You needed to do what? Run the ball 3 more times so that you could do what? Burn time off the clock.
Right.
And guess what? You can even lose yards. You can lose yards and still win.
Yep.
So that's why I say the Dallas Cowboys, you said an amazing thing that I always bring up too. Situational passing is also important too, because that's what really, like, think about this. When his back is against the wall and he has to fight and crawl his way out of a situation, you know what he's going to do? He's going to throw the ball. And I'm going to tell you, then I'm going to give you another example, because some of y'all don't remember this, but y'all going to remember this. Y'all remember 2 years ago when we played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? Their kicker pinned us down on the 3-yard line on the very first play of the game. Do you know what the very first play of the game was? The Dallas Cowboys dropped back, threw it to the left, and Amari Cooper went 26 yards and got you out the red zone.
Sure did.
So when Kellen Moore's back is against the wall and he needs to make the play, he does what? Pass. He throws the ball. I was talking to
and he admitted that he a crack addict like that, bro.
Yeah, hey.
He said, and I quote, "Everything in me wanted to pass the ball all game." Facts. Versus the Rams when we won.
Facts. Hey, boss, think about this. If you're a dude, say you're a dude that robs banks. Boss, say you're a guy that robs banks, right? And you're like, man, I ain't gonna rob banks no more. And then you go flat broke. Guess what? We'll know if you really turn from your ways. If you go rob a bank.
Right.
But if you be like, I ain't gonna go rob no bank, I'm going to go get a job, I'm going to just go hustle me some cans, then guess what? Then we can look at you as a man who changed.
Right.
But guess what?
He ain't showing it.
You can work, you can do all this, you can say all this good stuff, but we know who you really are when your back's
clearly some of us don't know. I'm being honest. Clearly, people don't understand the risk of Kellen. People just don't get that. That's the part that people don't get. They just drunk on the potential of Odell Beckham. They don't get the risk that goes with Odell Beckham being with Kellen Moore. That's what they don't get. Everybody drunk on he makes us better. Listen, if healthy, I already told you he make us better, but he also makes it risky. And see, nobody addresses that. And I want to read this real quick. This is what Shannon Sharp, my homie. And we got a 99 super chat. He said, Jay the Great, he dropped some money. I appreciate that, big dog. Shannon Sharp said, yeah, I remember that breakdown, boss. Kellen was just running the run. No outside runs or nothing. You're right again, boss, but I really want OBJ for the playoffs, so I'm going to keep thinking of a better reason.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this.
I can rock with you for that, dog.
Hey,
I
can I
can
tell you
rock with
something?
you for that.
Hey, boss,
That
this
boy
gonna tell y'all
say,
this.
I'm
This gonna
thinking
tell y'all
something else.
for y'all folks, listen to me. For y'all folks that want to go into the playoffs feeling the way that you think OBJ is gonna make you feel, go find a linebacker.
Ooh.
I'll say this right now. You know that feeling that you feel like OBJ is gonna just do it when I get in the playoffs, and I'm gonna feel like this. Go get a linebacker, and you'll actually have that. You may not feel it, but you'll actually have it.
After the game.
Like, listen to me. A linebacker, if we go get a linebacker, that's something you're gonna appreciate after we get into playoffs.
Yes.
OBJ is something that you guys are just happy about right now. But if you go get a linebacker, that's going to be something you're going to be thanking yourself after. Because think about this. I'm going to ask you guys a question. I want to ask you guys a question real quick. I want to ask you guys a question. What do you guys think teams will do if they cannot run the damn ball versus the Dallas Cowboy defense? Let's talk about a different conversation. Let's stop OBJ for a minute, quick second.
Let's go.
And I got to say this point too real quick.
Just
to help your point out, Boss Cowboy.
Okay, yeah,
people be like, oh, you can't tell me that just because we get OBJ, we're gonna throw the ball more. Okay, well, I'm gonna ask you guys a question. When the Dallas Cowboys were up 28-14 on the Green Bay Packers, whose decision was it to call 14 more passing plays after that? Because whoever that guy is, his ass needs to be fired.
Right.
That's all I need to say.
And that was the guy.
If it was Kellen Moore, Boss Cowboy's right. You have to admit, Boss Cowboy was right.
Right.
Can we say that?
Yep.
We can say that.
You should.
We can all admit that was what? That was Kellen Moore's job. He called that game.
Right.
So we already see a sample size of what Boss Cowboy's saying. Because even when we were up without Odell Beckham, this motherfucker still threw the ball. So how can you tell me that he's not good? He's for sure gonna do it with Odell Beckham, bruh.
Oh.
Like he just proved it in the Green Bay Packer game that he's gonna do it.
He did.
He proved it.
And he did it after Mike McCarthy said, I don't see us changing.
Facts. So think about this. You're actually hoping that Kellen Moore goes against himself. That's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
See, when West get like this, this is West in the zone right here. This the West I miss right here. This the one.
They're not. It's not gonna happen.
So he gonna have to go against himself, dog.
It's not gonna happen. Nah, that ain't gonna happen.
That ain't gonna happen, bro.
That ain't gonna happen.
So this is what I need all of y'all to know, bro. Whether you agree with us or not, at this point that don't matter, because likely they go do what they want to do anyway. What y'all gotta understand is, from my perspective, the best way to move forward is to protect the run identity. That's our now to y'all think the best way to go forward is to give Kellen Moore a weapon for the playoffs. Okay. Okay, cool.
Give him a better center, shit.
Yeah, give him a better center, bro. Give him a guard. But listen, y'all. I mean, y'all just different from me. Because all I needed to see was Green Bay. And let me tell you why all I needed to see was Green Bay. Because at that time, I was thinking West was wrong. Hear me out. West was saying, we don't need to get Odell Beckham. I was saying, West, you don't see the current. I see Jerry Jones over here saying run the ball. I'm seeing Stephen Jones saying run the ball. I'm seeing Mike McCarthy saying that we not go change. So I was like, well, it really looked like Kellen Moore has been put in check. So I'm willing to take the gamble on Odell Beckham. Wes was like, it's a bad gamble, boss. It's a bad gamble. And I'm like, ain't no way we going back, bro. Just ain't no way. I said the same thing to Coach Marv. Coach Marv said, "Boss, you forgot. We were 6-2 last year when he abandoned it." I said,
Facts.
"Okay, you right." I said, "You right." I said, "Well, let me just see after Green Bay." And then after Green Bay, the first thing Monday I did. So some of y'all, I guess y'all need to see more, okay, from Kellen Moore. Y'all need to really see, because I've seen enough,
No,
okay?
we don't need to see more. Hell no.
No,
Y'all
I'm
need to
saying
trust.
they need to see
Y'all need
more.
to
I don't
no.
want to
Y'all need
see
to
no
trust. This
more.
my season. Hell no. Y'all need to
Thank
trust
you.
Boss
See,
Cowboy,
yeah,
Boss
right.
Cowboy.
Yeah, that's
Just
right.
trust
You
us.
need to
Just
trust us on this
one.
one. Yeah, on
Just
this
trust
one,
us on this one.
trust us. And see, y'all got to realize I changed. See, that's what they don't get, Wes. See,
Just
they
trust
they
us on this
acting
one.
like I always been on this side. I have not.
Yeah.
If you go listen to my shows from last week, you'll think it's a different person. But what happened was Green Bay. This man threw it 46 times.
And
14
didn't
more
have to,
times.
bruh. And didn't even have to, bruh.
And threw it 14 more times when we had the game wrapped. Up 14 points.
You get Odell Beckham, we throwing the ball 50 times, bruh.
Bruh. Yeah.
50, bruh. And guess
Yeah.
what? You know what that also means too? You know what that also means when you throw the ball more? That means your defense is going to be on the field more. This defense, listen, I don't like using the word exposed, because I don't think you can get exposed, but if you throw the ball 50 times, this defense is going to get enlightened. Basically means that they're going to pull our skirt up and show the world all our flaws. You want to know
Facts.
why? Because they're going to be on the field forever.
Yep.
Forever.
And then notice that our defense started to get banged up when they was on the field. The more and more they was on the field, notice how many bodies was dropping.
You got safeties playing linebackers, bro. Come
Yeah,
on, bro.
and you leaving them out there?
Yeah, and you know the worst thing about it is, Boss Cowboy? I'm going to tell you the worst thing in the world is when your defense is on the field and the opposing team is running the ball.
Right.
That be the stuff that kills me, because I'm
Yeah.
like, here we are out here doing dumb stuff, and the
they doing
opposing
small
team
stuff,
is
doing
doing the
small
right
stuff.
thing
Right.
and running the ball.
Hey, bro, to your example, this is what happened in the Green Bay game, because I looked at the play-by-play. It started out with the Dallas Cowboys in high tempo. We punted. They got the ball, and they ran it 8 times in a row.
Yep.
And then they passed it, which killed that series, because when they stayed on the ground, they was working us. All right? But then they didn't get no points out of that. So then they didn't get that kick, right? Our offense come out there again, high tempo, after ID was on the field for 10 plays, most of it rushing plays. 3 and out again. So now they wore out. Why? Because they just got ran on. They stopped them the first time. By the second time, they gave them 7 more running plays. And then people start being like, we can't stop the run. They tired, dog. They tired.
They're tired, bro.
They're tired, dog. And that's why I asked the question on my show. I said, bro, who get tired faster? The preliminary players like receivers and DBs, or them trench boys?
Them trench boys.
Them trench boys. So
You're working. You're actually playing with every play.
What people got to understand is how your play caller also got to protect your defense with the play calling.
And that ain't happening.
And that ain't happening up into Minnesota. Because when we did it with Minnesota the right way, we kept that defense fresh and they stayed elite. See, people not seeing how it all go together. That's what's happening. People just thinking, we need offense to win championships. No, you need complementary football to win. And the first time you saw super quality, high-level complementary football was Minnesota. And the problem is y'all want to gamble with that. See, I don't like to gamble. I like straight up money.
Yeah, because you also got to remember, boss, what I said earlier, that this is not a best out of 3 series.
No,
so
man.
A team only has to figure out how to beat you one game. That's it. That's it. Like, was the 49ers the leading rushing team in football last year? No, they were not. So why did they come into Dallas and run 165 yards?
They was the best that day.
Like, think about this. Was the Green Bay Packers, were they averaging 200 yards rushing coming into running the Dallas Cowboys? No, they were not. So why in the hell did this team, who was they were 29th rushing the ball? No, why did they all of a sudden rush for 200 yards? You want to know why? because somebody watched film on the Dallas Cowboys and said, "Man, they are ranked 29th versus the run. We should probably
Stick
run the
to
damn
it.
ball."
Right.
I know Aaron Rodgers makes, and I'm gonna tell you, this is the thing I like. I ain't gonna say I love this, but this is what I love about fan bases. Like even the Green Bay Packers, I love this about their fan base. It's like nobody says Aaron Rodgers is making $50 million though. And we're not paying him $50 million to hand the ball off to such and such and such. Like all these other dudes, like like Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson can run one game 50 times and then throw the ball 2 times. Win the game, nobody's tripping. Nobody's tripping. Nobody's tripping. Even look at Philly. Look at Philly. Jalen Hurts can run the ball 12 times, throw the ball 18 times. He's an MVP candidate. He's easy. Like, bro, like I really had to go look at Jalen Hurts stats. Like, bro, are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me? This dude running the Wildcat. Oh, Wildcat. No, they running the Wildcat.
Like, bro, like, listen to me, bro. Like, the criterias of an MVP are just getting low around here.
Oh, my God. That MVP is too low, dog. Hey, but see, let me add something to your point real quick, dog. You know
Nobody
what frustrated
cares, though. Nobody trips on them, bro.
You know what frustrated me the most on that Green Bay game, to your point, bro? You know what frustrated me the absolute most?
Aaron Rodgers still got to do the end-time interview, even though he was not the reason he won the game?
No, but you said the right person, but the wrong situation.
Go ahead.
When Aaron Rodgers cussed out his head coach and said, "Run the f***ing ball."
Yeah.
See, that pissed me off because that's what our fans don't understand. See, and this is how I looked at it.
That means Aaron Rodgers knew what was up with our defense going into that game, too.
Right.
Like, he knew it. He knew it.
This is the weight of that. I want y'all to understand that Aaron probably has, and I would say is the GOAT of arm talent. Not the overall quarterback GOAT, but GOAT of arm talent. He literally said, "Stop using my arm, dummy." Talking to his head coach. And so because what West Coast just said is it frustrates me to see other teams doing what's smart and we over here doing the opposite. And that's the highlight of what West Coast said right there. Bro, that broke my heart, bro. Because that's all we fighting for this fan base and the Cowboys to understand. And not even Kellen Moore and the fans. See, because if we was united on this, it would make a bigger difference. But because we want to drink the Kool-Aid so much on Odell Beckham, what we really saying is we getting ready to empower Kellen Moore and give him more crack, even though it consistently leads to L's. So I have to ask, do we want excitement or do we want to win?
Yeah, hey, and somebody asked me a question. They say, West Coast, since you feel this way, do you disagree with the loss of Amari Cooper? I'm going to be honest with you. I've actually changed my opinion on the trade of Amari Cooper. I'm going to tell you why. At the on-site, I thought it was a dumb trade. You want to know why? Because I never in my mind would have thought that the Dallas Cowboys were really going to run the damn ball. I would have never thought that. So everything that I was doing as far as my content around what we're coming into this season, I was thinking we're going to throw the ball 40 freaking game times a week. Why would you not want Amari Cooper if you're going to do that? Like, listen to me. Even though I think it's a dumb idea, my job still is to make it work. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because guess what? Think about this. Like, I don't own the Cowboys. So it's like after they make a dumb decision, my job is to get on here and try to figure out a positive way to make it work. You know what I'm saying? And that's what, let me finish this thought real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So at the on-site of us trading Amari Cooper, and I'm going to be honest with you, now my mind, I don't think it was dumb for us to trade Amari Cooper. I think it was dumb for us to trade him for a 5th-round pick. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I think. That's where I think is dumb. Because, like, Boss Cowboys actually said something about Dalton Schultz that has stuck with me, that actually made me change my whole mindset on everything. The reason why he didn't want to do Dalton Schultz was also because what? Because you said we use him as a safety blanket too much. He needs to be throwing the ball to the damn wide receivers more. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, damn, like, that's where that mindset of, like, you can't give Kellen Moore too much crack came from, right? So that's think about this. This is probably the worst wide receiving room that Kellen Moore's almost ever had. Right. And guess what? This is the best thing for him.
Right. That's it.
This is the best thing.
Because if you over,
I don't need 3 receivers with 1,000 yards. I don't need that because Kellen Moore can't handle that. He can't handle that. And I'm gonna just be real with you. And I'm not even saying this to knock on Dak. Guess what? Just like when Lamar Jackson can't run no more, he's going to be a different quarterback. People need things to help them be the person that they are. Bro, Dak don't need to be throwing the ball no 35, 40 times. That is not what you paid him for. He didn't even think about this. Dak didn't even start having consistent games of 35 and 45 attempts until after he got paid. So really, people say, oh, the money changed Dak. No. No. I mean, people say Dak, no, what really happened is the Cowboys paid him and wanted him to be somebody else. Like, they paid Dak Prescott with the hopes that he would be Tom Brady or that he would be Aaron Rodgers, a guy that would stand in the pocket. But what the Cowboys should have been paying him for is for who he is, and that is an athletic quarterback. And I'm going to tell you this right here. Give me Dak Prescott with more rushing touchdowns, and that is going to be a team that is going to be unbeatable. Instead of us trying to force the ball down the field to freaking Odell Beckham, let Dak run. Like, I know y'all, listen, most of y'all don't even like Dak, so why y'all get mad if he get hurt or not? Like, then guess what? If he get hurt, Cooper Rush going to come in. Y'all told me Cooper Rush was better than him anyway. So why would I be scared?
Check this out, Wesco.
It almost sounds like it's a win-win for everybody, right? If you don't like Dak, run him more. Why? Because then he'll get hurt. Then the real quarterback you like gets to come in.
So check this out, Wes. This is also what I peep is going on. I've seen a couple of questions about old feelings about Amari and what's going on is a temperature. It's a temperature check of our consistency. So this is what I want to say to that. Y'all also got to give time to catch up. Meaning this, there's stuff that we know this year that we didn't know last year with Amari. See, last
year, CeeDee Lamb that we know about CeeDee Lamb right now.
It's stuff we didn't know. So this year is when we heard about, like, we already knew Mike was begging for Amari to get the ball last year. That didn't happen. We always knew that Mike McCarthy was begging for us to run the ball. That didn't happen. But this year, Mike came out and said, I don't see us changing. But we changed. You see what I'm saying? He basically was saying, I don't see us going away from the run identity. Kellen Moore still did. See, that's new information that we didn't know last year. See, now we know this year that we didn't know last year that Mike McCarthy came out and said, I was never a fan of option routes.
You know what this also means too, Moss? You know what this also means? This also means that Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy I'm not saying there's a rift.
No, it's a rift, dog. No, it's a rift.
I just don't like starting drama. I don't like starting drama.
It is not. And I know you're not saying it in drama, but it's a difference in vision.
There's definitely
a difference in vision. And
facts.
so this is what we used to always say: when you got two divisions, you got division.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you this right here. If this would have been two explosive individuals, like, praise God, they are.
I was making a point. Let me finish that point I was making though with looking at Amari Cooper from now versus then, because this is the big point that I'm gonna say. I'm gonna shock y'all. If Amari Cooper wanted to come back right now, I wouldn't even want him.
Nope, I wouldn't.
See, because I know too much now.
Bro,
that's why I brought all that up. See, because I know too much now. See, exactly. I didn't know last year the level of dysfunction on Kellen Moore that I know now.
Yep.
Like when I see your head coach say I was never a fan of option routes, and I now see your OC still doing option routes week 8, 9, 10, but we got problems that I didn't even know we had last year.
But, boss, can I say something too, though, boss? Because one thing I will say this, if Amari Cooper was still on this team, it would be different. You want to know why? Because Dak Prescott was with Amari Cooper 2 years, bro. So it's like think about this. Like, Amari Cooper is a symbiotic route runner. Like, that's why Dak's touchdowns went through the roof when Amari Cooper came through. Why? Because he's such a good route runner. A lot of times Amari Cooper was just flat out open. Yeah. So it's like, I think Odell Beckham's not, like, we got to be real. Odell Beckham is not Amari Cooper. Like, he's not Amari Cooper.
No.
He's not.
Yeah.
Like people won't admit it, but Amari Cooper's damn near like a top 7 receiver in football.
Right. And see, and if you got Amari, then maybe if we had a smart OC, I wouldn't be wearing this hat.
Facts.
You see what I'm
This is
saying? But
fast.
because we got a dumb OC, I'm team rock
Wearing
run the
that.
damn
You
ball.
wearing that.
You know what I'm saying? If we had a smart OC, I still would have been on. I mean, I ain't wearing that hat. I want us to be adaptable. Because that's what I used to say. Like West Coast used to be like, say, bro, why you not rocking it? I'd be like, bro, if they got a weak secondary, I do want us to go at them on the perimeter. But that's not the makeup of this current team. So with this current team, it's like you forced to what? Run the ball, because guess what? Your best talent is what? In the backfield.
Hey, Boston, you know what's crazy, too? As much as Kellen Moore wants to throw the ball, he ain't even really, like, nice like that.
He ain't even nice like that. Thank you.
Listen, bro,
You
like,
trash at throwing the ball.
let's just
You
be real,
garbage.
bro. Like,
You want to throw and you
bro,
garbage.
yeah,
Thank you,
bro,
bro.
like, you ain't
Oh
even
my
nice
God.
like
Say that
that, bro.
again, dog. Ooh,
Like, you ain't even nice
Dog,
like
you
that, bro.
garbage.
Like,
And see, you been nicer than me. You talking about you ain't nice like that. I'm going all right. You garbage, dog.
bro, you not even
They
like,
got you figured out when you throw the ball.
thank you. Like, bro, we'll go throw 47 pass plays that all look exactly alike.
And
Hooks,
don't score
curls,
no
bro.
points with it.
Hooks and curls. Think about this, bro.
Bro, you
Hooks and
trash.
curls. Like, this is the same OC that literally will call plays in front of the red zone. Like, we don't even do that. Like, we don't even do that, bro. Like
That
everything
dummy
is.
go spread on our own 10-yard
Bro,
line.
when was the last time you seen 4 receivers on the field, bro? 4. When was the last time you seen 4 receivers on the field?
Man.
When
No,
was the last time you seen, like, a Boss Cowboy? When was the last time you seen a screen? When was the last time you seen a screen play?
Baby the Gallup. I remember one.
Bro, like, that's what I'm saying. Like you're not even like nice in the
You
pass
not
game,
nice,
bro.
dog. You acting like you Andy Reid. You ain't, boy. Man, thank you, Wes. That's the comment
You're not
of the
even nice,
day.
bro.
You're not even
Slant.
nice.
Like, you're
we
not even
giving you
nice.
something that you go mess up, dog.
Like,
Real talk.
yeah, bro.
We
Like,
giving you something that you gonna use wrong,
I'm
dog.
gonna keep it all the way 100.
You didn't know how to use CeeDee Lamb in the playoffs versus a backup corner.
Facts. Bro, listen to me, Boss Cowboy. I actually think this is actually a crazy statement I'm going to say. I've seen more creative stuff from Kellen Moore in the run game than I have in the pass game. There's nothing in the pass game that he's done that I haven't seen. Now, there's some stuff in the run game I was like, damn, I ain't never seen that before. That's dope. Like, that's dope how you got CeeDee Lamb in there playing running back. Okay. Then the next game you set up a play and then you threw him the ball and he scored a touchdown. That's dope. I see how you set that up. You put that on film just so they can. I see that. Bro,
I think my boy Valsa got the comment of the day. He said,
I ain't never seen a passing formation from Kellen Moore that made me be like, damn. Except for when he put the 3 tight ends on the field.
Yeah.
That was it.
So check this out. He said, at Boss Cowboy Sports, we need Kellen to win out. That's the only way we can get Kellen out of Dallas. Facts, dog. Real talk, bro. Because I'm super happy that the rumors are starting to grow again in terms of Kellen Moore as a future head coach. We like, me and Coach Marv was like, we gonna do a show. We gonna do a fake show on why it makes sense. We gonna be lying all day. But we...
You know, Kellen Moore, listen to me. If Kellen Moore can go to a team that's like a startup team where he can pick the players that he wants and from the ground up, I actually think he'll be okay. Kellen Moore doesn't work for the Dallas Cowboys because everything about our offense says run the ball first. Like, if Kellen Moore went to Kansas City, a team that's built to throw, I think Kellen Moore could succeed. He just can't succeed here because that's not what our identity is. It's like, listen to me, man. I grew up in the HOOOD. You know what I'm saying? I listen to Tupac. I listen to such and such. I listen to such and such. You know what I'm saying? If you from Nashville and you drop me in Nashville, I can listen to The GOAT all day, Kenny Chesney. I can listen to Garth Brooks all day. And guess what? I'm just not going to feel it like that. Want to know why? Because that's not me, baby. Kellen Moore needs to go to a system or a team that is like Boise State or like the Detroit Lions want it to be. So, like, I think he would be good in, like, Las Vegas because they want to do that. I think he'd be fine in Kansas City. I think he'd be fine in Chargers. Like, think about this. The Chargers got a quarterback that ain't never even had a winning record, but he throws a bunch of touchdowns and a bunch of interceptions, and everybody loves him. You know what I'm saying? So I think he could work, but you cannot work in Dallas where it is clear. It is clear.
Yeah, that we're running team.
Yeah,
we built to run the ball. Yeah, because it's common sense with the way that we built to run the ball.
He can go to Miami. They'll love him in Miami. And they'll throw the ball 50 times. And guess what? People be like, oh, but will it work for them? If it works for them, why can't it work for us? Well, get a whole new offensive line. It's going to start there. It's going to start there. And I'm going to tell you guys this like this. If you're a team, this is probably the last thought I'm going to say. If you're a team that has Zach Martin on your offensive line and he's playing at a high level, your ass should be running the ball.
Facts, dog.
Period, bro. The reason why these teams
and
can't
then
run,
you really should name that whole line, really, dog.
facts, because Steele is, bro, Terrence Steele, bro, y'all going to do a show
Like,
on him.
why the
He's about to get paid. Terrence
he's
Steele is
finna
going
get
to
paid, dog. You see what he did? Oh man, what he did to Minnesota was so dirty, dog. But listen, y'all.
Franchise tag. Oh, you know what?
I do think we getting ready to get Odell Beckham, though, bro.
I don't.
You don't think so?
I don't.
I'm gearing up for it. But this is the thing. Real quick question. Why you don't think we go get him, bro? I want to hear this.
Because there's more benefit. Like, this is the thing. Like, Jerry Jones is the type of dude where he doesn't need teammates to tell him that he needs to go get someone. Like, Jerry is a real dad. Like, he's a real, when I come in the house, I want my plate on the table when it's done. You know what I'm saying? I want the big cup. You know what I'm saying? Jerry.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. This looks like wrestling is what you're saying.
Yeah, man.
The fact that you got all these dudes begging Odell Beckham is not how we move.
That's not how we move because Jerry Jones will listen to me. Jerry Jones will sign players that everybody say don't sign, and he
does it quiet, and he usually is very quiet.
Thank you. And like, think about this: when we traded for Amari Cooper from the outside in, everybody was looking at us like, "What in the hell did we just do?"
Right.
You gave up a first round pick for
nobody
what?
saw it coming.
Nobody saw that coming. You know what I'm saying? It's like
it was silent.
Yes, like, and then
nobody saw all these signings coming that we did. Nobody saw the Peters coming. Nobody saw Anthony Barr coming. Nobody saw that DT we got coming. Nobody saw it. Like, it just happened.
And then think about this, Tack McKinley. We actually worked him out in the beginning of training.
And then all of a sudden signed him.
And all of a sudden he comes in. So it's like when
not a peep, but this one is a parade. This one is getting the megaphones. This one is Puff Daddy all in front of the mic.
You know what this is, boss? You know what I honestly believe this is? This is
publicity.
Not even that it's just publicity. This is the Dallas Cowboys' attempt to get a better price with Odell Beckham because they already know his price.
Yeah, they know his price.
The only reason why you're selling to OBJ right now is because you've already told him no.
Right.
I'll tell you why you've already told him no. Because think about this. If you've been talking to OBJ, why do we need to sell? There's no selling involved. We're already talking to you, bruh. I don't need nobody to say anything. The reason why Dak is coming out here saying, man, OBJ, we really, really want you. You want to know why? Is because we know you didn't already told Jerry what you want, and Jerry didn't already been like, hell no.
Yeah. What he say? No bueno. What he say? What's that famous thing he said to Michael Irvin?
El Paso.
El Paso. Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, that's why I think
he got that El Paso.
Yeah, it's like you go into a cell phone store and daddy be like, man, you don't want to buy this phone for my daughter, and the dude's like, how much is $1,000? And daddy be like, no. And then the daughter starts selling, come on, daddy, can I please get it? Please, 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 please. And daddy's like, man, I don't even have the money physically to get it. You can sell all you want, but it's not going to change my decision. Yes, I want it for you. I would love to get it, want it for you. But my question is this. If you're Jerry Jones and you look at the players that we have to sign next year, is Odell Beckham worth losing a Donovan Wilson? Is he worth losing these other guys that are all on 1-year deals that you are going to have to sign? And my thing is this: if Odell Beckham can't immediately help you right now, and you feel he can't immediately help you, you don't care about next year. You want to know why? Because they're going to be cheaper talent in the draft.
And in draft,
bro, listen to me.
And healthy.
I said like this. I said this crazy statement. It would actually be cheaper to go all in and get Marvin Harris Jr. next year.
Facts.
Because you would even if you had to give up a whole bunch, you would still have him for 5 years, and he's 22.
Right. It's just common sense.
That makes more sense. That makes more sense.
That makes all the sense in the world. See, because what's also I believe is happening too is, remember Anthony Barr representation came out this offseason. It said that he was looking for $11 million.
And then what?
Womp womp.
Facts.
Womp womp. So listen, y'all. The only way we go get Odell Beckham is an extremely womp womp contract, y'all. Extremely womp womp, and he don't want that.
And I'm gonna tell you this right here, like, I could almost see Odell Beckham not getting signed. You want to know why? Because any team in their right mind would not sign him, bruh. Like if Odell Beckham was saying, "I'll take a 1-year deal," but you got to think the reason why he doesn't want to take a 1-year deal is because he was on one last year for $780,000. He only made $780,000 last year, so he
because of the crypto.
because it was prorated. He desperately does not want to sign a 1-year deal because it's not even a 1-year deal. It's like a whatever you get is going to be prorated over like 4 games. So you'll only get paid like, say you sign $2 million. They're not going to give you $2 million for 6 games. They're going to prorate that $2 million over that 6 games, right?
Right.
So it's like for Odell, it doesn't benefit him to sign a short deal because it's not really a year deal. It's really 4 or 5 game deal and whatever that money adds out to. So Odell Beckham, in his mind, the most important thing is not winning a Super Bowl this year because you just won one last year. It's making sure that that you don't have to go through this next year when there's actual better options available next year. That's what Odell Beckham is trying to do. He's trying to get on another team because, bro, at 31 years old, you don't want to be in free agency.
And see, my boy Kevin said, "Trust your gut, boss." I want y'all to understand how I am and how I think, bro. If I just trusted my guts and I didn't give West Coast an opportunity to actually make a case on why and have open and listening skills, then my gut is actually stubborn. So what I asked him for, I said, West Coast, I think they go sign him. But I want to hear why you don't think. Because you know why? I wanted to hear his case. Because if he making logical sense, I will then change. You see what I'm saying? Because, see, I don't like to move in emotion. I like to move in logic and reason. You feel what I'm saying? So I was truly asking him because I did have a good feeling, but then I trust my brother's mind to say, I know he thinks well and he thinks through things well. So let me hear your case on it. Because if it makes sense, then I'm going to start rocking with what you're saying because it was logical. So that's how I move. And I want everybody to know that's how I move. You know what I mean? So, and I think that's how we all should move. We should move in logic. We should be open to the logical things that's coming from each other. You know what I'm saying? From each other. And I gave Wes an open shot because I know my boy smart. I'm like, all right, break this down. Why? And he gave a good case on why. And I see more not than is. You know what I'm saying? Based on the case that he made. So it's not about guts because then that's feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Forget feelings. I want it to add up here. I want 2 + 2 to be 4. Not what Jerry say 1 + 1 is 3.
Yeah, and I'm going to say it like this. Somebody's going to have to compromise with OBJ. Either the team is going to have to compromise or OBJ is going to have to compromise.
It's going to be OBJ. And I think it's going to be OBJ. It's going to be OBJ,
The only way OBJ gets signed is if somebody's going to have to compromise. Either he's going to have to get a team to be like,
OBJ,
okay,
dog.
I'm going to
give you this ain't going to be Dallas.
It's not going to be a team. I don't think it's going to be any team. I don't think any team is going to do it. Because think about this. Yes, OBJ played well in the Super Bowl, but think about this. He didn't make it through the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Think about this. If the Rams don't win that Super Bowl, you're looking at OBJ and what he did in that Super Bowl totally different. Totally different. You're saying, damn, we probably could have won that game if OBJ didn't.
And see, that's why I said a little while ago that the owners have a lot of leverage on OBJ. Yeah, he got leverage because a lot of people can bid on him, but now that bidding war is getting less and less and less because your options are getting less and less and less. Your options not looking good when you say my top 2 teams that I'm visiting is New York and Dallas. What happened to Buffalo? What happened to Kansas? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So your options drying up right before our face, big dog. Just like Anthony Barr. Remember Anthony Barr and James Peters was chilling trying to wait to see what team gonna sign them? Guess what? They came in for peanuts.
I would not be surprised. Listen to me. If Odell Beckham only has 2 options.
Peanuts.
Then I'm gonna tell you this right now. If he ends up being a Dallas Cowboy, the Jerry Jones
dirt cheap.
It's gonna be dirt cheap. He's gonna have to buckle. He's gonna because I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Buckle.
The Cowboys are not gonna be interested. The way the Cowboys draft, there's no way they're interested in him next year.
Exactly.
There's no way.
And then ain't no way. And listen, bro, let's keep it real too. Let's keep it real. It's no way they're interested when they are number 1 in the league in points right now with that.
Facts.
Just on business, y'all. We just talking return on investment in business, y'all. Just straight up, dog. We know Steven, bro. Come on now. Steven go spend money he don't need to spend. Is he?
No. No.
So we number one in the entire league since Dak done got back in points, but we gonna go out there and spend some extra. Okay, sure.
And so Mikey says
He
that,
better be dirt cheap or he
but
ain't
our
coming.
last draft pick, who was a wide receiver, was a bust. Mikey, your wide receiver, Jalen Tolbert is not a
Who?
bust.
No, that's
Jalen
not a
Tolbert, listen
bust.
to me. I'm gonna tell y'all why y'all think Jalen Tolbert is a bust is because he hasn't played in his rookie season. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. Listen, if you're not a first round pick, your ass shouldn't even be in a uniform. Like this is like I think like listen to me. When Michael Gallup started in his rookie year, that was not normal. Like we didn't want that. And guess what? The Cowboys didn't want it either. That's why they traded for Amari Cooper 3 months into his rookie season. I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. We got to stop believing the hype that people put on these players. First off, because I've always been very, very adamant about telling you guys that Jalen Tolbert is a rookie. There is no way that we can say that Jalen Tolbert is a bust. There's no way. The dude has only been in the league. He hasn't even been in the league 6 months yet. How is he a bust? He doesn't get targets. He doesn't even play. How is that a bust? Like, I'm going to tell y'all, most third-round receivers are not playing. Like, we saw that, listen, outside of Michael Gallup, when have you seen that work with the Dallas Cowboys? And it really didn't even work with the Dallas Cowboys because think about this. We went and drafted Amari Cooper. We went and traded for Amari Cooper in his rookie year. Then the very next year, you know what we did? You drafted freaking CeeDee Lamb.
And
So,
see,
no, third-round receivers are not meant to just be – they're not. No, that's not how it's supposed to work.
well,
Jalen
I also say this about Tolbert is that if you want a case study on how to
Mikey,
fail,
hey, boss, say her name. Is it Mikey or is it Mickey?
that's Mickey.
Mickey. All right, got you.
So check this out. So if you want to see a case study on how to fail a receiver, look at how the Dallas Cowboys are doing with Tolbert.
Facts.
Because they said themselves that the problem with Tolbert is they put too much on his plate. So after last week, we should be able to then put 2 and 2 together what's going on. Remember, Dak got 3 interceptions because of what?
Trying to throw the ball
Misreads
to
by
CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb with the option routes. Misreads by CeeDee Lamb to the option routes, who been working with Dak now 3 years. We also know, and they said this publicly all last week, that in order for the option routes to work, the receivers got to see the defense as the quarterback. So what is that really saying? That's saying that your receivers got to now learn how to read defenses accurately as they're running into it. So if you don't have an ex-quarterback background, or you coming from a system to where you didn't have to read defenses, you just had to be an expert at your route, you are truly over your head. And you don't have an OC that's smart enough to dumb things down. You see what I'm saying? So this is mismanagement of Tolbert. That's why he not seeing the field. And I guarantee you that's why he was offsides on the line of scrimmage, because we all know he was likely going through a whole checklist in his head that he never had to go through in his whole life of playing receiver.
Yeah, and think
So
about this,
so
boss. He just
so
had bad
so
luck too. I mean, his quarterback got hurt, and your
Yeah,
quarterback
and
didn't
that.
even
But
practice.
I
He didn't
still
even
blame
practice.
Kellen Moore, because see, this is what I don't like about Kellen Moore. You know how to build them other tight ends confidence. You know how to do that. See, because that show you he dumb and he's Coach Marv said it best. You got an OC who coloring with crayons. Because you don't do nothing to build Tolbert's confidence. You don't give him no easy bootleg. You don't give him no screen just to get the ball in his hands. You don't do nothing to shake the fear out of being a rookie. Nothing. This is mismanagement of a third rounder. I'm just being honest. And I saw Tolbert with my own eyes in training camp turn up. I saw him put 7 catches on the starting defense with my own eyes. And Steven and Kellen came out and said we mismanaged it. So that's why I put it together for everybody that's saying, why don't we see Turpin? If you can't read defenses, you not playing. See, that's why it's also, and we ain't even talked about this with Odell Beckham. How are we gonna take Odell Beckham, where our head coach said I've never been for option routes, and he also said this: I've never been on a team that ran option routes so aggressively with multiple receivers. So now you're getting ready to get Odell Beckham, who I don't know if he can actually read a defense like a quarterback. He likely don't, because we the only system that Mike McCarthy said that's this aggressive with option routes. So you trying to fit a playmaker into a read and react offense with no training camp, no off season, no OTAs, no install.
It's not gonna work.
It's not
It's
gonna
not
work.
gonna work, bro.
It's not gonna work. See, just listen to what I just
It's not
said.
gonna work.
You trying to get him to squeeze all that in with no
And
install,
and
no training camp, no OTAs, no
and
preseason
boss, guess what? And think about this. You're also
on a complicated offense.
and think about this. And I'm gonna tell you something else
Ain't
that
gonna
people
work.
don't realize too is Dak is not a high volume passer. So you need him to do all that with 3 or 4 targets a game.
Hold on, I got a super chat, big dog. My boy William Blackwell said, "I'm scared of the Dallas media going to put pressure on Kellen to get Odell. Yep, get Odell targeted.
Listen, as
So
long
that
as
makes me not want him, because we need to keep running the ball, especially during these winter months, because it hurts."
yeah,
Amen,
I'm gonna
Black.
tell you this right here. The
Amen, bro.
person who has the most power in Dallas right now, it goes like this: Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, Kellen Moore,
Yep.
Mike McCarthy.
Number 3. That
I'm
my
gonna tell
boy P
you,
Bird always say that. Number 3. The
as
most powerful
Kellen
man
Moore,
is Kellen Moore.
as long as Kellen Moore is not saying he needs Odell Beckham, we ain't getting no Odell Beckham. You hear Kellen Moore say he need him, then you might get him. But I'm gonna tell you, if Kellen Moore would have said he needs him, he would probably be already on this team. He'd probably be already on this team. But I don't that the pride aspect, not even just the pride aspect, but man, y'all, I can't get over the injuries, bro. Like, y'all just be looking at Michael Gallup just be halfway running down the field and just be imagine Odell Beckham just galloping down the field. Like, I don't know. Maybe he got that stem cell treatment, or he got them baby knees, them baby ankles. You know what I'm saying? But it don't sit well with me. It don't sit well with me. You know what I'm saying? It don't sit well. And option routes also have to do with timing. You know what I'm saying? So you know what that means? That means in order for me to know which way he's going, I'm gonna have to throw the ball. You know what I'm saying? And you're not gonna know that you went the wrong way until it's what, on the ground or what, in the hands of somebody else. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. Like, if this was a standard offense where everybody was just running left, make a right, going to left, doing those types of things, then guess what?
Let's get you to beat this guy. Like
Mikey
the playmaker
says,
said, where we use our gifts to beat the guy. To see we're not in that offense.
Mikey says Gallup rush back. I agree with you. That's the part of the reason why I don't want Odell Beckham, because Odell Beckham is not even on the team. See, that's what we've learned. You're absolutely right. You know what that's called? That means us learning and adjusting. Like, listen to me. We can't go through what we going through with Michael Gallup and then not filter. He says this man is still calling me Mike. Hey man, I got dyslexia, so I mean, forgive me. Forgive me. Like, obviously, you know,
He tried. Mickey cool as hell though. She cool as hell.
I know, but
That's
listen,
my girl.
think
I
about
love
this.
Mickey.
Think about this. There's 347 people in here watching. There's 347 people in here watching, and you're the only person in here that I'm even speaking to. Yes, I'm saying it wrong.
No, she cool, bro. She cool.
But one out of 347, you know what I'm saying?
She just tripping though. I know how Mickey,
Yeah,
bro.
one
She
out of
cool.
347. Like, you feel me? I see your name and I try to at least say it. You feel me?
Yeah,
I could be saying
cool.
George
She just
Riley
messing with you, dog. She just messing with you. That's how she roll, bro. She don't be nothing but I trust me. I see how she move.
Yeah, I mean,
I got a super chat real quick from Keystone. My dog say option routes distract chemistry. Yup. Pure complications, bro. Yeah. It's like, bro. It's like when I add this up, bro, it's not mathing, dog. I'm just keeping it real, bro. Like, when I don't think with feelings and when I don't think with hope, when I think with pure logic and common sense, and I start really adding up the equation that's being laid out with this math, this is bad math, bro. This is bad math on a lot of different reasons. So most of the show we kind of spent and took time talking about how Kellen Moore was a fit. Now we starting to dig into how it's also a bad scheme fit. You also spent some time talking about that it's a higher also injury risk. So it's like, I think it's coming down to what Jerry said. If I can make a move that could appear to be all in, it just has that feeling of being played.
yeah, that's why I said, what y'all gonna say? I mean, are we
Yeah.
gonna learn anything from this? If it don't happen,
Yeah.
like, if it don't
Yeah,
happen, are we
it's
gonna learn some?
yeah,
Are we gonna
it
learn
has that.
some-
Yeah, and then they gonna come out like they always do and say, well, we tried, you know what I'm saying? We always, we made him an offer, you know what I mean? And all that kind of stuff. And see, it's almost like they sabotaging it, to be honest. Because see, the way that they have all their players coming out like they want him, bro, listen, that is running up your own price. Why would you do that to yourself unless you don't really want him?
Man, I'm gonna tell you what they trying to do. They trying to solidify him. They're trying to sell Odell Beckham behind the want and not the dollar sign. They think that Odell Beckham is just some what it really means, or what it kind of views. I think they kind of view OBJ as a guy who can be moved by media sway and not by a paycheck. See, they wouldn't be
Yeah.
See, they would never recruit West Coast like this. Because they know I don't give a damn. Like, what? Bro, I don't even watch. Did you hear what West Coast, did you hear what Dak said about you
Mickey,
on
you crazy.
ESPN? Nah, bro, I don't even watch ESPN.
Me neither.
I don't even watch ESPN. You know what I'm saying? This organization honestly feels that he says, okay, but how many people named Mickey? Man, I don't know nobody named Mickey. You the only person I know. Be honest with you. The only person I know named Mickey. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, they honestly think that he can be swayed by that. That's why they're using it.
That's a good point, Wes.
Like, think about this,
Yeah.
Von Miller. Why didn't they
'Cause
say this
see,
about Von Miller? Because they knew Von Miller wanted his
what
money.
you saying, bro, to your point of what you saying, that's also what Brian Browder said. He said, if you want Odell Beckham, you gotta go out there and show him that you need him and all this kind of stuff.
Facts.
So it's like we made your offer that's cheap, but we gonna still try to keep that cheap offer out there. But we gonna go out there and try to show you a whole lot of love to try to play to your ego. But bro, man, we need to wrap this up, bro. We've been at
Hell
this
yeah,
a
we do,
minute,
man. Hell
dog.
yeah.
Goddamn.
I'm up here
Man,
checking my phone and some other stuff.
Man, I saw you grab that sweater, big dog. I'm like, yeah, bro. I know that wrap up side, bro. I got this.
Yeah. Facts, bro.
Facts, bro. But hey, this is
Facts.
Hump Day. This is Hump Day, bro. So what y'all just experienced was Hump Day with West Coast and Boss Cowboy. A lot of y'all might not know this, but man, we used to co-host with each other for a very long time, so the chemistry is very natural. A lot of times we can finish each other's sentence, but it's also a mutual respect, that you go always see come off that camera, and you go see, some like detailed thoughts, detailed debates, and two brothers that I really believe are pretty good at trying to reason out the tea leaves of what's going on with the Cowboys. Like, I know for a fact that I always come up with more and more content as just me and him talk. You know what I mean? Because I can say this with full faith that I know that he put a lot of thought in these Cowboys, and so do I.
Yeah, man. And y'all listen to me, man. I already listened to me. Y'all be getting mad at me because I think y'all think that I try to come off for everybody. I'm not. It's not my goal to be liked by everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like, my goal is only to be liked by the folks who was put on this earth to really rock with me. You feel me? If I offend you, it's probably a good thing. You know what I'm saying? And if you offend me, it's probably a great thing. You want to know why? That means we're going to change our opinions. I'm always down to change my opinion. I'm always down to get proven wrong. You want to know why?
Me
Because
too.
that means you've been, listen to me. Think about this, y'all. When
Yeah.
you get proved wrong, you know what that means? That means you were literally walking toward a hole in the ground and somebody stopped you and said,
Yes.
yo, go the
You
other
finna
way.
fall, dog.
You about to
Yes.
fall, bro.
You
Like,
finna fall,
save
dog.
me.
Save me, bro. Save
Save
me.
me. You
And
know what
see,
I'm saying?
and let me say one more thing about me and my boy Wes. And I always say this, and y'all should see this as me and him go back and forth. It's been so many times that I caught up to something that he said late. You see what I'm saying? And vice versa. Like, me and him had the best debate on Dalton shows. I wish we'd have televised it. Boy, I'm talking about, man, I'm talking about it was knocked down, drag out. I think he talked about my mama, bro.
I ain't talking about your mama.
No, I know he didn't. Obviously, he did. But I'm just saying, we was very passionate in that. But that's the type of things that we do, and then he'll come around too. But that's how I know he in it for the right reasons. That's the key I know about West Coast. The fact that you took all them slugs on running damn ball when it wasn't popular, that's the main thing I want y'all to get out of this. You might not agree with us, but one thing you got to know about us, we doing our best to tell you what we definitely think is going to win us 6. We're not playing about that. Mickey sent a super chat. She said, boss, remember that show you did with Candy about having a message massage OBJ's ego? 2 weeks later, they started speaking out. Facts. And it's to West Coast point. They likely sent him a cheap offer, so they still trying to massage his vanity to try to get him in here because the offer likely wasn't good. And so they trying to go this cheap route, which is let's get these guys to run the Brian Broaddus play. Because
And
it's super coordinated, dog. This is too coordinated. You know what I mean? And we falling for, when have you ever seen Dak try to lobby for a player? Yeah, they trying to run that cheap play on them, bro. This is
This is
business.
this is what I'll say too. This is what I will say. Because now that you say that, this is what I will say. Can't nobody offer OBJ a better retirement plan than being a Dallas Cowboy? That's what I will say that.
That is true. Ooh, that
Can't
you try
nobody,
to talk for
can't
you try to
no
talk for a
team,
whole another 30 minutes,
can't no
dog.
team,
Don't
can't
start
no team,
this.
can't no team offer
It's
him.
the best
And
retirement.
but look, think about this.
You
Think about
right.
this. Because Jerry Jones, listen to me. The reason why there's so many Dallas Cowboy players around the stars because they all work for Jerry. You know what I'm saying? They all work for Jerry in a business aspect.
Facts.
Jerry Jones, like the reason why he can call up Emmitt Smith and Emmitt Smith will
'Cause he
vouch
worked
for him
for
on
him.
anything is because they got a construction company that they built
Man,
the whole
don't
city
start that, bro.
Fresno.
You telling
Like
too much
they built
truth.
they built the
Hey,
whole city of
listen,
Frisco.
bro. Let me get a background on that,
But
bro.
hey,
'Cause,
but hey, let
man,
me
I
just
know
say,
we trying to get out of here, dog. But
I know, but let me say this last thing. Let me say this
Okay,
last
that was
thing.
good, though, bro. Don't do
Boss,
that.
but boss, let me tell you, that is also the reason why that the Dallas Cowboys won't go above their price. You want to know why?
Right.
Because they know they have something can't nobody else offer you that. Listen, you can go to the Rams,
Facts.
but where did you get
But
up?
you
Did
can't
you end up?
retire like you
You
would
can't.
here,
You
dog.
can't retire like you could in LA in Dallas. You
Yep.
can go retire and be a Ram. What does that get you? Nothing. You can go
Mm,
retire a Giant. What is that gonna get you? Well, Eli
nothing.
Manning got on commercial. He on there because of his brother though. He ain't on there because of him.
Right. He ain't on there because of him.
You know what I'm saying? Emmitt
He
Smith is
that
on ESPN. Michael Irvin's on ESPN.
ESPN,
All these
Romo,
Romo on
Witten, trash
Win.
self got
You know
a
what I'm
Monday
saying?
night job.
Even Darren Woodson on some goddamn TV, bro. Like
Man,
all
Darren
these,
Wilson still making money.
bro. Thank you, bro.
He all
Thank
over
you.
billboards in Dallas
All
still.
over billboards. So if I'm Jerry Jones, I'm not budging because
I'm not budging either.
I have something
You
can't
finna take
nobody
this
else
$1
offer
million
you.
and shut up.
Yes. So Odell Beckham, we do
Real
want you.
talk.
I
We do
want you to
want
know
you.
we want you. I want you to know that we want you. Because we got something. Because we
We
have
got
exactly what he
something.
wants.
We got something.
We got something that you want, and we
We
got
got
something can't nobody
about
offer
it.
you.
Yeah.
And guess what? All he got to do is have Michael Irvin call him. Have Emmitt Smith. Hey, Emmitt Smith, how much money you making every month?
That's true, dog. See, you going
the
too
books.
heavy, dog. I gotta get a background on what you said because you keep
Go
bringing up
ahead.
Emmy, bro. Because a lot of people might not know this. Let's give him a chance to catch him up. So, do y'all remember when Emmy came out there and he was tap dancing against Dak Prescott? Do y'all remember
When
that?
he was tap dancing versus Ezekiel Elliott. Hell, you
Boy,
mean?
you talk about tap dancing, bro. I'm talking about, hey, Dak needs to take a pay cut so Amari can, get some and all that kind of stuff.
He said Zeke should not hold out. That's what I was
And
so
he
mad at
says,
him, bro.
Zeke should not hold out. And so me and Wes like, bro, why is this dude on
Why
this
is he doing?
company, man? And so me and Wes, bro, we done start researching this dude. We done found clips of Jerry saying that he feed him deals in commercial real estate. So this is the deal, bro. When you talk about commercial real estate deals, you ain't talking about no Rudy Poo deals, dog. You talking about multi-million-dollar deals that
They built a city, bro. They built a city.
that Jerry just hands to
They
Emmett,
built a
dog.
city. They built a city, bro.
So,
They built a
so
city
some of
together.
these cats you gotta watch when they come out, cause you gotta ask yourself: is that you speaking, or are you being a puppet for Jerry?
Facts. And listen to me, the city of Frisco. Go look at who owns a large part of that grid. It's so funny because Darren Woodson all of a sudden got a construction company, and Smith got a. Hey man, I ain't hating on nobody. I'm not hating on nobody.
But we
I'm
see
not
where
hating
the
on
plug.
nobody.
We know
Keep
who the
your money,
plug
man.
is. Jerry is showing that he the plug. And see, Jerry's so wise with it. He use it for leverage. He like, I'm gonna make sure my stars and legendary people eat, because when I need a favor from you and I need leverage from you, take my call and do my bidding. And that's why I respect the hell out of Woodson more than anybody, dog. Cause see, when Emmett came out with that tap dancing, the very next day, Darren Wilson came out and said, Dak, you better not take no pay cut. And he said that while he was actually working in the Star. So his commercial real estate office was where Jerry was leasing it to him. And he still held his nuts on what was true.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, man,
But most of them dudes sold out.
all them. I'm just saying right there, all them dudes, bro, is doing business with Jerry, and Jerry is smart.
Everybody, bro, for real.
Jerry is smart, bro. He's
And he
smart.
used it, bro. And see, cats gotta see he puppets everything. Bro, I had a talk with a media person. We talked about this, a big media person that's to put all kind of heat on the Dallas Cowboys that suddenly stopped. And in this conversation, it was revealed to me why this person stopped the heat that they was putting on the Cowboys. It's because Jerry positioned himself to be on the board of the NFL Network.
So she was like, "I'm not losing my job, boss Cowboy."
Right. Right. See, it's a certain person that used to always speak up and be bold. Quiet as a mouse now. Y'all better understand you dealing with a master chess player when you dealing with Jerry.
Exactly. Like, why you think Jerry's always has his hand in all these new stadiums? You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. But yo, man, we've been on here for
Yeah,
we've been on here for 3 hours straight.
Oh my.
3 hours, bruh. 3
my.
hours, man. Hey, man, I appreciate you. This is my brother, man. I tell y'all, man, this is my brother in real life. You feel me? This is my brother in real life. Boss Cowboy, big brother in real life, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate you for giving me this opportunity to bring this business to my viewers, and I appreciate you for giving me the opportunity, man, to introduce myself to Boss Cowboys viewers too, man. I hope you guys loved us. Hope you guys on both platforms. I hope you guys subscribed so that you know that when we do this, man, the hope, you know, obviously is to try to get, you know, to do it every Wednesday, but we gonna grow it, man, and see where it go from there, man. You know, these great collabs are always good, man. And y'all know I don't like doing shows with nobody, man. So if I'm doing a show with somebody, man, you're best to be watching their content because that lets you know I'm watching their content too. You feel me?
Right on.
So on that note, man, Boss Cowboy, where to let them know where they can find you at, my boy?
Yeah, man, definitely at Boss Cowboy Sports, preferably on YouTube. I also obviously upload to Facebook, but I did notice that something is going on with people receiving the notifications for Facebook. So I would say that if you really want to follow the content over at Boss Cowboy Sports, to go over there to YouTube, hit that like, share, and subscribe. But especially subscribe, hit that bell notification so that you can get all the content that we come out with as it comes out. So I mean, really make that time to do that because, you know, like everybody can see that when me and Wes collab, it's a good collab. You might not agree with us, but it's go you go definitely go back and forth with us. So if you like this type of stuff, reward both of us. Reward both of us with a like, share, and a subscribe, especially subscribe. You could also throw some money in the Cash App. It's Boss Cowboy Sports on the Cash App. You can throw some money at the Super Chat because we both have bills. We both are growing our platforms, and we both spend a lot of money on marketing and resources to bring y'all content. So, but whatever y'all do, is thankful, whether it's a like, share, or anything like that, man. Y'all just continue to do that. And then, you know, obviously West Coast, man, it's always fun rocking with you, bro. Hopefully we keep this going. We'll see.
Absolutely. My boy said Von Miller didn't fall for that.
I know. Von was like,
Von was like, and guess what? They were recruiting Von. They was recruiting him. People were like, they were texting Von and saying, putting stuff out there. They were saying that. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. I'm out of here, man. That was a good ass show, man. I'll see y'all next week, or I'll see y'all in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And Boss will see you guys tomorrow when he does his show too at some point. Hey, man, it's holiday. It's Thanksgiving, so we gonna eat and have a good time just like y'all. So don't be blowing up our inbox. Hey, man, when y'all gonna go live, man? When you gonna go live, man? I'm sitting up here. I didn't ate my food, rubbing my stomach. I'm trying to hear some cowboy content with my feet off, man. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, give us a day, god dang it. Yeah,
I know,
yeah,
bro.
man.
I think I need a day too, dog. I think I
heard
need a
that.
day, man. But much love to y'all, man. For real.
All right, you already know what it is, man. Never look down because the stars up. Peace.